I was typing to y'all.
I know, we're actually live.
I know, I'm typing to him. I'm like, we're coming.
Like, oh, hang on.
I'm just chatting in the chat. I never do that.
How you doing?
I am most wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good that you're here. I'm so super excited.
I want y'all to know it is freaking 6 a.m. with her. And look at her.
You know what? It's so funny. I've actually been awake since 4 a.m.
What? Is it like Christmas? Were you nervous?
Yeah, I think I was a bit nervous, but I also fell asleep really early last night as well. I think I set my alarm for like 5:30 and I woke up at 4. So I think I fell asleep probably around like 9 o'clock because I started going back to the gym and doing like heavy weights and stuff like that. Oh, my body yesterday did not want to move. Like I was doing like squats and like hip thrusts and stuff like that. And I'm like,
not me.
My legs.
I would be dead. I would be in the bed for weeks.
I'm just like, I am not coping. I am sore.
That's so funny.
I was going to go for like a walk yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I think all I can manage is walk down to the shops. Because I had to go down to the post office because I got my package from Clumsy. So I finally got my my cards from my last giveaway week.
Clumsy's here. Hello, Clumsy.
Hello, Clumsy. Oh, say hello to everyone. Oh, Jay-Z, you were so funny. You were so cute.
I know. Who all's here?
Oh, Tom Gillis, hello. I managed to catch because he's been doing like a few little like lives while he's been driving, like to like the golf range and all that.
I saw the one where he was in the car.
Yeah, I saw that he went live this morning. So I'm like, oh, I've got to like run in and like say hi to him.
Yay!
Hey, Callie King, how you doing? Jen with no filter, hello, my lovely. How are you? Hey, Rabbit. Lucky Chucky, how you doing?
Hey, Lucky.
Who else is here? To Helen back, hello. Oh, thank you guys so much for coming. Oh, hello, Great Day, Mum. Oh, I'm so happy that you guys are all here because I know it's probably like an awkward time of day for so many people.
I know, Quava's here.
Hey, Clumsy.
I know Malloy was going to try and be here. He was planning on it.
Look who's here.
Who's that? I'd watch out for that one.
I don't know. Can we trust this one?
No.
Oh my God, I love the new avatar.
You like my new avatar? Thank you for Wolfkinder for teaching me that little secret of how to make that. She helped me. She told me, I was like, how did you do that the little wolf with the party hat? I was like, how did you do that?
So cute. I love all of Wolfkinder's like avatars. Like, it's so amazing.
Oh my gosh. There's Malloy. There he is. Hey, buddy.
Well, hello. I don't know if it's really going to be ASMR, but we're going to have like a little chat about ASMR stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to do it in ASMR, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Hey, Ninja News, how are you?
Hey, Ninja.
Who are we doing? Who? Fast like lightning. Hello, Wolfkinder. Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Malloy. I'm so happy that all you guys are here.
I know. I popped in over at Malloy's for a moment. I think I answered 3 questions, and then I was like, I got to go. Hey, Clancy. Aww. We love you.
Yeah, we do. I am here. Oh, it's so funny because like Mad Max, so he loves anime, right? And one of his favorite things that we've gotten into watching, it's called the name has escaped my brain right now, but it's like this guy that's like in high school with powers and stuff like that. Oh, what is it? Mm-hmm. If someone out there knows anime, they might know who Deku is. But like one of the guys on there, that he got his powers from this guy, and like the guy's just like, I am here. And then he sends me the gif of like when he's like outside ready to pick me up, he sends me that gif like, I am here. So that's what that reminds me of. The name of it will come to me. Like I will remember what it is eventually.
That's cool.
comments, like right on tip of tongue. Marvella, hello. Oh, I'm so happy
We
you guys are
will,
here.
Marvella. Oh, squab.
Bob.
It's the squab is in the house.
Yeah, the squab's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Naruto. You know what? It's gonna drive me nuts now. I need to double check. Hang on.
I don't know any
My
of
Hero Academia. That's it. My Hero Academia. I didn't have to look it up. It came to me. My Hero Academia.
I don't know any of
So
them.
bummed that I missed Malloy's trivia. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. And I apologize. We were trying to get everybody kind of situated. We knew Clumsy was doing her thing.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get everybody kind of so that we could get everybody together. But, and so we apologize, especially because it was so early for her. I actually, if my daughter's listening, thank you to my daughter, because I thought I was going to have to pick up my son at 4. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to make it there by 4:30. You might have to start the stream and I'll pop in. And then my daughter's like, well, I don't have to work today. And I was like, oh, thank you. so my daughter saved the day on that one. So thank you, Marissa.
Bless
and
her
if y'all ever
socks.
if y'all ever see Marissa M pop in the chat, that's my daughter. That's my oldest that I gave birth to.
Oh, Guava. I only know one anime, and it's Cat. One, because Packy is the hero, and of course the bunny. Of course,
the bunny.
Of course.
We love you, Guava.
Yeah, no, we do love you, Guava.
All right, so
happy that so many people are here. I'm not expecting it.
We've got it great. How many people are here?
I know. We've got about 16 people, which is very cool. Yes. I'm excited.
Click the like button. I just did.
Please.
I just did on my ASMR.
It's so funny. I've wanted to have you on my channel for like the longest time. I'm so happy that I asked you, because it's like you came in like a whirlwind when we met you for Friday Night Live.
A whirlwind, yeah.
Yeah, we did not know what we were expecting when you came into our lives.
I know.
But sure, we're glad that we did. Guys, if you haven't seen Grammar on Experts Friday Night Live, I think Experts got it. I think he made like a 5-part, because like it went for like 5 hours or something like that. Yeah. I was only able to be on there for the 4 hours. When I had to leave to go to dinner, I'm like, no.
Yeah, he had it all on the live stream for the whole 5 hours. And that's one of the secrets. I'm glad you said that, because that is one of the secrets of YouTube that I told him. I was like, take that 5-hour stream, break it into, different lengths, and make it 5 videos. So now as you're going from one to another, hey, Ash, so when you do that, now you have 5 views, but you also show that you have posted 5 different videos. And so that is a secret of YouTube. That is another thing. Oh, another thing that I've been saying, that I'm going to say again, for everybody, when you have a favorite streamer, or not even a streamer, channel, just a channel. It doesn't, because I'm not really a streamer. I'm gonna start doing a little bit of streaming, but not much.
I'm excited for all that.
We're gonna do a whisper chat. I had so much fun doing whisper chat. I was like, oh, we got to make that a thing. So anyway, when you have a favorite channel and you're watching them, you can go out and then come back in. And when you go out and come back in, you have now given that person another view. So a lot of times when you see a long stream, like, I'm just going to use Valhalla's birthday stream just because that's the one that popped in my head. I'm not saying anything about numbers or anything, because y'all know me. I don't really look at numbers. I look at what comes in my bank account on the 21st of the month. And I know Malloy's over there screaming, oh, the 21st. Yes, the 21st. He gets his money, his super chat money for his birthday is coming on the 21st. So anyway, no, actually that birthday money will come next month. So the next month, the next 21st, that's when he gets his big one. But anyway, Koala, so
That is
funny.
very true. And all the girls were taking notes. Yeah, no,
Yes.
guys, honestly, if you have not seen that stream, head over to Expert's channel. One of the mods will drop Expert. Everyone knows
Yeah.
Expert here. Pfft, what am
Yeah.
I talking about?
Just
Go
go
and
look.
watch that because it is crazy. It gets wild from the second hour because it was just like, all right, it's after 10 o'clock. Let's go.
After Dark came
Grandma
out.
After Dark.
That's
Here we
right.
are.
So the
Oh
first
my God.
one is about my grandma's house. But anyway, so going back to the numbers thing. So, like I said, numbers are not important. I don't want anybody to ever get bogged down about numbers. They do play a role, but it's not a big deal. But so if you look at his stream, and I don't remember how long it was, it was a long stream. And, you can look at the numbers and they're really high. Well, a lot of that, it doesn't mean that I'm just going to say 500 because I don't think it was 500, but that's a good, nice number. So say it says 500 views. That doesn't mean that there were 500 people there because people like I did. I think I popped in like 5 or 6 times. So that was 5 or 6 views that he got from me.
Yeah.
So whenever you go out and come back in, you're giving your person or your channel, you getting another view. So I say to do that. Go out, come back in, go out, come back in, go out, come back in. And every time you do that, you are helping to push out that person's video or stream or whatever. You're getting them more seen by YouTube. The algorithm will pick them up.
And hello, Bullstorm, K Brazy, and
Hey, Bullstorm.
and Valhalla. How you guys doing?
No, we have
Thank you for
Valhalla.
being
Just
here.
talking about
Yeah,
you.
we've got
Sorry,
Valhalla.
buddy. Yeah.
I know. It wasn't good either.
I was saying all kinds of stuff about you, Vanilla.
All kinds of bad stuff.
All right. The goat daddy. I was talking about you the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. I was eating my steak and goat cheese, and I was like, dude, I don't have any Valhalla's goat cheese. He needs to send me some.
Oh, hey, Expert, how you doing?
Hey,
Yeah, it was so
Expert.
funny. Because it's just like, because I remember actually it was like you and Expert both saying, like with my background and stuff like that, it's just like, we can see Mel interviewing people. So it's just like.
Yes. I
here we
said
are,
couch
remember?
talk. Couch talk.
Couch talk.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we're going
And
to
it's
have some couch talk.
Yeah, it's so funny because like yesterday, I started watching this channel, The Diary of a CEO. Like it is absolutely amazing and so funny. The one that I watched yesterday, actually, I started watching the Russell Brand one, and I'm like, I cannot understand this person for the life of me. I know that he's been through a lot. And he's turned his life around, but still the way that he talks is so roundabout. I'm like, I am so lost.
That's why. So when y'all ask me questions, so I know Malloy. I went through this thing yesterday explaining the village, and Malloy said that I dumbed it down for him. And I don't want anybody, it's not that I'm dumbing it down for anybody. I'm trying to make it so that something that is kind of confusing can be managed by the masses.
Sorry, I didn't say hi.
Yeah. So everybody can kind of understand because everybody understands and does things differently. So I try and so I'll use my son for an example. He doesn't think the way we do. And so I will explain, okay, I'll like trying to learn how to put a fitted sheet on a bed. Okay. He never had to do that because they did everything for him. And I am not that mom. I'm like, I don't care. You're going to learn how to do this on your own. Yeah. So I had to explain to him, well, I didn't realize he didn't know the difference between a rectangle and a square. And so I'm having to explain to him and teach him. So I tell him like you would most everybody, and he didn't get it. So I had to explain it a different way, and he didn't get it. And so I explained it different. And so finally it ended up, I went back to the first way. and I got it. But but that's what I try and do. If you don't understand one way, I'll try and explain it another way, and I'll just kind of try and keep doing it. So if there's ever anything that anybody hears me say and you don't understand what I said, like Russell Brand, I get that. So just say, okay, I didn't get it, and I'll try and explain it a different way. So a lot of times I do kind of try and make it manageable for everybody to understand what I'm saying.
And it was so, yeah, and the one after that was he did like his next one that I saw was, what's her name? Alex Cooper. So she is Call Me Daddy from the Call Me Daddy podcast. And it was just so fascinating because I found a lot of like similarities and things that she had gone through. Like, she is such a brilliant, like, beautiful, like, person. And, you know, like, just hearing that she is still, like, going through like so much like trauma that still like affects her today. I'm just like, okay, wow, okay, I really, I'm not the only one. And she talks very candidly and open about her life. And it took her a long time to kind of like admit, you know, like different things. Yeah. And it's just, you know, like the guy that does, you know, like the Diary of a CEO, like it's just fascinating to me that he, like, because he's had so many celebrities and like public figures and just you know, like people from different industries that have kind of like gone viral on like social media, or like different things of social media, like either like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. And he's just like able to like bring out like all of this like different stuff. And it's just like, and then you did that with me the other day, because last week I was having a week.
We all go through stuff.
Yeah. And just so like it was just so good that, you know, like just being able to like talk to you, and like you're just like such an amazing person that you
grandma.
Like sit back and then like help someone. So like to sit and then do this, I'm just like, oh, I'm so happy I get to do this.
Yeah, I said yesterday, I think it was, on the live stream, I am literally here for every one of y'all. I mean, I am. I have gone through so much in my short amount of years. Malloy has said that I'm going to live to be 105, so I got a long way to go. Y'all are stuck with me for a long time.
You got a very long way to go.
I do. I have a long way to go. So anyway, I do have a lot of knowledge in life stuff. I have a lot of knowledge with YouTube. I've had multiple channels. I've had channels that I've just let go because it wasn't going to go anywhere. I've had multiple channels. Oh, I have a channel that they wouldn't monetize.
To talk about as well, because it's like we know you as Grandma's House, so that's like your big channel. Like you've got like 66 like thousand subscribers on that. So that was the thing that I wanted to ask, was just like, how long like had you been on YouTube before you started Grandma's House, and like how many channels had you actually gone through to get to Grandma's House?
0.
So Grandma's you started off with...
was my first one.
Oh,
but I had to figure out what I was going to do with Grandma's House. So Grandma's House started as a bet with my kids and my nephews. They're like, because I was like, y'all need to be doing this. And they kept saying, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to make, you can't do that. And I was like, yeah, you can. So I was like, I'll show you. This old woman is going to figure it out. I'm going to do it. I didn't have a clue. I had no idea. I just knew that you could make money on it. I didn't know what was involved. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't vlog. I didn't have children that anybody was interested in. And at the time it was vlogging and families with young children. And I didn't have any of that.
Yeah. Cause there was a point in time in YouTube where it was all about vlogging, about family vlogging.
Yeah. And that's when I started. And I was like, I don't have any of that. So what am I going to do? So what you do is you take your passion. My passion is children. That's easy. I'm also teacher minded. Everybody has always said you're a teacher. And that's just how I talk. That's how I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, children. And I just started looking on YouTube, children's channels, different stuff. What are they doing? And, and I was blown away of stuff. I was like, what? You people are doing this? This is stupid, but whatever.
There's
They're watching it.
lot of unboxing stuff.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to do unboxing. Kids. It was great to see kids doing that because they would get the thing and then they would open the thing. And then, all these people were sending them things. I had people sending me stuff and I was like, okay,
No
but
way.
who cares about me? I'm an older person. You really want to see the child's reaction because you're buying it for the child. Not my reaction. That's not going to be anything. So I just didn't even go there, even though people were sending me stuff. I did have people send me books. I would have authors ask me to read their books, but that was after I got started. So, you just have to go with what you like, what you enjoy. And when you do it, don't do it to make money. I didn't do it to make a living. I did it because I wanted to show them that it's possible to do something that you're already doing and just put a camera on it and film it. And then when whatever happens, happens. But don't go into it going, oh, I'm going to make a living and I can quit my job and all that stuff because it's going to take a long time. It took with Grandma's house.
That was one of the things I was going to ask. So it's just like, the amount of time that it took for the channel to be monetized, but like how long was it before it was actually profitable? Because it's just like everyone's got this idea of just like, yep, I'm going to start this channel, I'm going to get monetized and I'm going to start making money. And it's just like you see like certain YouTubers at a certain point where it's just like, I'm going to quit my job now and YouTube's going to be my full-time thing. But it's just like, it must take a while to build up to the point of where you can actually
don't hold your breath
because proper living from it.
Nah. You might die on your breath waiting on that.
Yeah.
Some will take off. You can have things go viral. Thank you, Valhalla. Things can go viral, but don't count on that. I have never, ever had anything go viral, ever, not on any of my channels, nothing. And I don't look for that. If it happens, it's great. But, when you look at how many YouTubers there are and how many things actually go viral, I mean, that is a small percentage.
It's a very, rare thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's good, but don't count on it.
You can. Because I think that's one thing of going into YouTube that people are just see the bigger YouTubers and they're like, yes, I can do this, I can do that, but then don't realize
you can
the hard work behind and how long it has taken a lot, a long time and a lot of hard work that a lot of these bigger YouTubers have done. To
Grandma's house, when I first started, I was fortunate enough to have that other job where I was just waiting, and it wasn't like I was in an office or I had to go to work and I had to, clock in, clock out. And I did have children that were in school. And so I was working at night while they were asleep. And then I would sleep and then be mom during the day. So I had already worked out that schedule. And then while I was waiting on the other job, there's a lot of downtime waiting on those calls. So, so while I'm waiting, I had time, and I'm like, well, I'll work on this YouTube channel. So I was fortunate enough where I didn't have to juggle working at a job and then coming home and having to take care of children and work on a YouTube channel and all that. Yeah. If I had to do that, I don't think I would have been able to do it because that's a lot. That is a lot. Yeah. And that's what a lot of...
That's what I've been finding.
Right. And that's what I was like, when you have that going on, you just have to go, okay, YouTube is a hobby. YouTube is for fun. And if something happens from it, okay, that's great. It's bonus money, but don't think of it as, oh, this is going to be my job and I can quit this one, because you're going to have to work more at the YouTube thing and have the other one be your side. And that is not going to be a healthy balance. It is really hard. You're right. That's diva. Yes, diva. It is hard. So you really have, I was extremely fortunate to be able to do both at literally the same times.
You had flexibility in your.
And then I could be a mom. I was a single mom through all of it. And so still a single mom. So I never had outside help like that. So I was extremely fortunate to be able to have that where I could do them at the literal same time and edit stuff and do my reading and then pause that, go do this job and then finish that and then come back and go back and forth and then go to sleep and be a mom and all that. So I actually could make it go faster because I didn't have to juggle. I could do them at the same time. So I always say, don't expect anything with, a year. Yeah. Just think nothing's going to happen for a year. And if you're not going to make a penny in a year, just put that in your head. And then if something happens before a year, you're like, oh, that's great. If nothing doesn't, okay, well, I didn't expect it to. So it's not heartbreaking that it didn't happen. So you do have to think about time. You have to do what you like to do, because if you don't do what your passion or what you're interested in or something that you're already doing. I was like, my son was a gamer. I was like, put a camera on it. You're already doing it. Make me some money to pay for the internet.
All the lawyers. It's just like,
the lawyers.
They can do all their commentary on the trials. Like it's
they can talk about what you know. And if you talk about what you know or film what you know, like I was saying with Valhalla, put a camera on your goats. You can talk about your goats, talk about the farm, talk about that stuff. It's what he's already doing. He loves it. And you just do that. And if you're doing something that you love, that you have passion for, and that you're already doing, you're likely not to burn out. And that's the other thing, is putting it out there, putting the content out. Yeah, you need to be consistent. But even if you did it, every other week, that's still consistent.
I say do one a week. Ask as well, like with Grandma's house, like what kind of schedule did you have with Grandma's house to be able to sort of like progress that?
To do it. First I did, because I had to learn how to do it. I'm like, first, I just literally took my camera and took pictures of a page. And then I was like, okay, this is taking a lot of time to take pictures of all these daggone pages. And I didn't want to be on camera. And so, 900 videos. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
I didn't want to be on camera. So a lot of people who are doing it are like librarians, teachers. They already have this huge, they have a school,
Yeah.
So
they got access to it.
They've already got, and they already have the people. I didn't have the people. And so I didn't want to sit there and flip a page. That was just not something that I wanted to do. Plus I wanted the camera to be more focused on that page instead of me. We're not there to see me. We're there for the kids to look at the book. And so I had to figure all of that out. And that's when I went to digital books, and I would buy the ebooks. And then I would have to take the ebook, and then I would have to capture the picture. And then I would have to, do the recording of me talking. And then I had to marry that in the editing and put that with the picture and the da-da-da. And then at first I was having the page flip. And then I was like, this is a lot of trouble. And I'm like, but on television, they're not looking at a page flip. It just changes to the next thing. So I took that out, and I was like, oh, well, that takes a lot of time out of what I'm doing. So that's a good thing. And it just kind of evolved. So you have to just kind of figure things out.
Trial and error.
And that's what I'm doing with the ASMR channel. I had absolutely no clue. I didn't even know what ASMR was. I'm like, what? ASMR, what is this? My kids are like, oh yeah, because I started paying attention. So I started the ASMR, have my grandma's house. It's good. It took a long time to get it going. And I don't think I'm trying to remember. I don't remember when I actually had the 1,000 um, subs and my 4,000 watch hours. It took a long time because all of my videos were really short, and I was
Short,
only
yeah.
doing like, I think I was doing like one book a week at first because I was learning. And then
Hi,
I went
Robin.
to hey Robin, and then I went to like 2 a week. That was my goal,
Yep.
to get out 2 books a week. But then again, I was doing other things and being a mom, and that's
Yeah, I was
first.
gonna say, like, it's the whole thing of trying to make it manageable with like your schedule.
You're,
Like what
you're
Expert
right.
did. No offense, Expert, you're insane. You're a crazy person.
I told him, don't do that. Don't do that because that'll burn you out. So,
Yeah.
and that's what I do like about doing videos as opposed to streaming, because
Hi,
in my
Tony.
life, hey Tony, in my life, I could not do streaming because I couldn't manage that. I couldn't be a mom and have a job and then have a set time where I could stream. I couldn't do that. So that's why I was like, okay, I can do a video. I always say stack them. So make a lot of videos and then you can schedule them out. So my goal was to have enough for a month. So if you think 2 a week for 4 weeks, that's only 8 videos. That was
Yeah.
manageable. I could do that. And so I would just, if I could do 3 in 1 week that I could make, well, then now I'm one up.
Yeah.
And then the next week do 3. And now we're just, we're adding and adding and adding. So I would get, I've got some now that I'm like, oh God, see, now I got brain damage. And I'm like, oh, I have those. And
Yeah.
so which was good because when I couldn't read anymore and I couldn't do those physically,
Yeah.
I couldn't talk, I couldn't read. And so I had those videos and I was just like, ooh, and I just would put them out every once in a while. So it kept things going. Nobody knew that I wasn't actually doing that I did it 3 years before. Nobody knew that. You're fine. No, I'm not. I did that 3 years
Yeah.
ago. I can tell by the mic. I can tell by,
Yeah.
plus I
Would you
always
ever
put the
go
date.
back and add more content to Grandma's house?
Yeah, I could. I mean, I probably will. I've got tons of books that I haven't recorded. I've got books that I've clipped down that all I need to do is read and put them together. And now I can put them together. I can edit it quickly
Yeah.
because now I know. I've got it very simplified. But so yeah, I can do that easily. And
Because that's another
right
thing. It
now,
takes a long time to try to
it takes
figure out. Like I know this is one thing for me to try to figure out, like not just like an editing software, but the kind of look that you
right.
want to achieve for your videos.
Simple is great. You don't need all the fancy stuff. The
Yeah.
only thing fancy I have is I have an intro that is fancy. And then I have that same intro I have at the end that
Yeah.
is a little bit different with the ladybug that flies through.
Yeah.
That's the only thing fancy. Everything else is the simplest thing. It is so
How
simple.
did you make that? Did you get someone to make it, or did you do that yourself?
No, I think it was in Botto. I can't remember. It was one of
Because I know
those.
for a lot of my
I bought the
stuff, like
daggone
I've
thing.
used Canva. Like Canva's actually
Canva's
like
good.
pretty good to.
Canva wasn't a thing when I did that.
Yeah,
Canva,
fair enough.
yeah, when I did that, Canva wasn't a thing. It was one of them like story blocks or Envato or I can't remember. It was one I went in there. I wish I could remember now. It's one of the bigger ones that's been around for a long time. And never get up. Yeah, no, don't give up. You just keep on
Sorry.
going. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
So it was one of the bigger ones. I went in and I picked out, I went to I said like children's or whatever. And I went in and I was like looking through everything. And I was like, oh, I like that because I love ladybugs and stuff. And I was like, okay, I like that. So then I bought that thing that came with the music. So I didn't have to worry about any of that. And then I took that and I do use the Adobe Suites. And when I first started, my kid was in school, so I got a discount because I put it in his name.
That is awesome.
So I got the student rate. I don't get the student rate anymore, but I did. I had the student rate. So, so I bought that, and then I put it into the was it one of the Adobe things? Effects. I think it's Adobe Effects, and then I could edit, grandma's house and anything that I put, then come back to grandma's house or whatever it is I have it then. So I could put in my own thing, and I could put in my little logo and that stuff. And so, and I could change the colors and stuff. And I was thinking at first, because you get all excited, and I was like, oh, I can change the colors every once in a while and have this. And at Christmas, I can do that. No, I did not. I was like, okay, you do it one time, you have it. Let's just stay with that. It's the same.
Yeah, because I've seen like a couple of channels. So like there's a like a beauty YouTuber that I watch, and she like this girl loves, like Halloween and like autumn and all that kind of stuff. And so like she'll literally change her like opening theme, it's like an autumn theme and a Christmas theme and Halloween theme. And I'm like, that's a lot of work.
You can, but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Especially children, they don't even care. They're like, they just love the ladybug. I love the ladybug.
Also, I guess that, because like you've said that, like your books are evergreen. So it's just like, I guess that, like, unless it was sort of like a specific like Christmas book, like if you like read a book at Christmas or something, Christmas or something like that, then it's sort of like out of context that if you had like a Christmas like opening, but it's sort of like a normal book.
Kids don't care.
Yeah.
Well, people don't care in general. I will tell you right now, if I looked at my grandma's house stuff right now to see what was being read, I guarantee you out of 10 books, probably 4 of them are Christmas. 2 are probably Halloween. Those are my big books. And then you've got the regular ones. But they don't care. And it's funny because you think we have, Christmas in July. I mean, we have sales, Black Friday. We have that in the summertime too. People are you're always thinking about pumpkin spice,
Yeah, I know.
About all these things. So it's, even though you think, oh, it's Christmas. Yeah, no, people are still looking at Christmas stuff. People are still going to look at, things all year. So even though in your mind you're thinking it's a season thing, they're not going to be watching it or they're not going to be interested in it in the summertime. Yeah, they will. Plus the fact, if you think, like if you're doing summer and winter or whatever. So for us, Christmas comes in the winter. And for you, Christmas comes in the summer. So you have to think about that. And look, here you are in Australia and I am in the United States. And we have everybody all over the world who will be interested in different things. And people all over the world are going to watch your channel. So you can't get blocked down in that either. So when you can keep things general and not worry about it, just put out what you want when you want, then somebody else is going to be thinking about it too. And don't worry about, well, nobody else is going to really care. It doesn't matter. If you care, then put it out there.
I think that's the thing that like I've been trying to like struggle through. It's just like, well, no one's going to care. Why am I going to bother making this? It's just like I feel silly in what I'm doing, and it's just like I'm totally going to watch this anyway. So what's the point? That are my confidence issues. That's a completely different matter.
That's a different
that's a whole different stream.
I'm here for that too.
Yes.
I'm here for that. But no,
everything is content. Yes and no. I've learned yes and no. Everything is content, but
it is. No, it's not the no. Okay.
No, so I think sometimes I need, like, in saying that everything is context, I think that one thing in my mind is that there still needs to be a boundary.
Well, come on. We don't need to know everything in your life. We don't need to
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
The camera to the bathroom.
That's where my mind went to. I think it's just because of like watching like all these podcasts and stuff like that. It's just like you don't need to say everything about
That's a different platform. If you do that on YouTube, they'll off you. But
Yeah, I
if
know.
you do it on OnlyFans, you can make some money. So everything is content. It
I
just
think
depends on where you're putting it.
it was so funny. I came across there was a video in my suggested things of like how much money I made in a month by selling my feet pictures.
I can guarantee you they made
A
bank.
lot. I didn't click on the video, but I'm like,
No.
maybe I'll
Yes,
save that one for later. For you never know. It's difficult.
might be in the mood to look at somebody's toes. I don't know.
Be
So
like,
no,
maybe I should
everything
sell my own toes one day.
you could. I can help you with that.
Yeah, you can.
I can help you with that. So no, everything is content. That's why. Okay, so I talked to you about your cake. I right now am trying to figure out how to integrate the games, this game software stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to integrate that into ASMR because I was like, okay, I love how Expert and the White Rabbit do their trivia.
Trivia.
So much fun.
So
It looks good. I love it. I
love that it's the automation from the chat that goes to the program. Like that
Yeah.
that I think is the best part of it.
Yeah, it's easy and it looks good and you have them talking and so it gets the chat involved and it's just everything about that is great. Love that. And so and even though I don't participate in it because I'm normally doing something else when that's going on and I don't, but I'm listening to it and I'm answering it even though I'm not putting in the chat
I
the
do
number
that too.
I'm listening to it and I'm just saying out loud what the answer is.
The answer.
And if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. And y'all just don't ever know that I'm getting it wrong. Actually, y'all don't even know that I'm there. Unless I put the eyeballs at the end.
Grandma, queen of lurkers.
Oh, I am a professional lurker. So anyway, so I loved that. And then Malloy has been doing trivia. So like he just did trivia before we came on here. And they do it different. So they don't have the program. But Tired Canadian, he is saying the questions and everything. And then the chat will put in the answers. And so they do it that way. And that's great because it's interacting and they're talking back and forth. And I just love that whole thing. So I was like, I like this where you can stream and talk and have the communication with the chat and all of that. And that's not something that I've ever done on any of my channels. None of my channels. I have
and
streamed.
that was so much fun because I was in your chat, like while you're sort of like
my whisper chat. Yeah. I have done live streams.
The whole word find thing that was so much fun. Except it was hard for me. I'm like looking at my phone going.
I was like,
because it's like looking at like the tiny little bit up top, and then there's all the chats. Like I can't turn it that way because then I can't put the word in.
Right. I was impressed.
Lex and Caitlin killed that. Like they were amazing.
They were good.
So good.
Caitlin's smart. But no, I have done live streams before as part of another channel that I killed. That channel does not exist. I took everything down. But
you still have the videos though?
I do. They're on there. They're just private. Okay. And so that channel would have been really successful channel. I was really excited about that channel. But
how far did that channel go? Just out of curiosity, because I know that you've talked about that channel before, but I don't think you've actually said like the subscribers and the watch time and all that kind of stuff for that channel.
I don't remember. It was still in its infancy. Yeah. I mean, it was baby. We didn't have that much, but the channel was getting going.
Yeah.
And I took it down because the person I was doing it with, I ended up getting a restraining order. Yeah. And the last video that we recorded, I literally had the last wreck that I was in that caused all my brain damage. I literally had that leaving his place after videoing that last one. We did crop circles, and I had literally left, and that's when I got hit. And so I have that video. I didn't edit it. I didn't, but we had recorded it. And that wasn't a live stream, but we had done some lives. In fact, the last one we did was literally titled "She's Alive" because we kind of went away for a while because I couldn't. Yeah. I was messed up. So yeah, and so that video, I watch it and I'm like, oh my gosh, my eye is like, oh, and I'm having difficulties, and I was having, my shoulder was in such pain, and it was really hard. And when I look at that, I'm like, oh God, you look awful. So, but I did that. So I had done some live stuff, but not like this. And so I really liked this. And that's why I was like, okay, I want to try and get the games. So the trivia thing, I'm not going to do the trivia because that's what Expert does. And that's what Malloy does. And so I'm letting them do that. But there are other things like crossword. So I figured like after we do this, we could try and do some crossword puzzle if I can figure out how to work this thing.
The word search was so much fun. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do that too, and I'll figure it out. It might take me a while. Y'all just have to hang tight. Yeah. We'll figure it out. It'll get going.
No, but that's what it's all about. You know, like we're all here. Yeah, you know, like I think, you know, sometimes we forget that, you know, like we've built like a little community that we're all like here to help.
It's our village. I love it. So, yeah. So, you know, that's the thing, trial and error, or we'll figure out what, you know, y'all liked it. I was like, okay, y'all liked it, then we'll do it. I liked chatting afterwards because I've thought about the, you know, the whisper chat kind of thing. Yeah. And I was like, okay, we can do that after. We can do that, you know, just a little bit. I am going to take that and make it a members only kind of thing so that I do want my ASMR channel to be just what it is so that anybody can watch it. I want it to be family friendly. So I do have it on playlists on my grandma's house. And so I know a neighbor of mine is a teacher, and they use my grandma's house in the schools where I live. And so she was saying, oh my gosh, you're doing ASMR. That's so cool. I have my kids listen to ASMR at the end of the day to kind of like decompress and get ready to leave and stuff. And so she was like, oh, we can use your channel and all that. And she was telling me things that they listen to. And I was like, oh, well, I don't really do that, but that doesn't mean that I can't. And the things that they were watching. And I was like, so I want the kids to be able to do that. And I don't want to go into the naughtiness that we get.
Yeah, because like there's some wild stuff on ASMR.
Right. And I don't have a problem with the naughtiness. Y'all know me, I don't, you know, but Grandma After Dark can't be on the open channel. But if I have a membership and have a tier where we can get into the naughtiness, then I'll do that, and then we can have fun with that part. And Grandma After Dark can come
idea. See, I wish I had your brain. So that's one of the reasons why I am loving this right now, because it's just like I wish I had Grandma's brain. Maybe I could actually make something out of my YouTube.
Y'all are all tapping into it. So that's what you have to think. I was like, okay, I want it to be open to everybody because I've got the kid thing, and now I can bring over, I can have my grandma's house and my ASMR, and they can be connected. And so I can do that. And that's how I'm bringing people over. That's how I have ended up able to grow so quickly. In fact,
I will be another one of my questions. Is this like, because you've only been doing the ASMR for like 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
And like you've been able to grow it so quickly. So it's just like because it's just like, because you've been doing YouTube for such a long time, it's just like, you know, like some people might think going, oh, you know, how did she grow it so quickly and all that kind of stuff. So that was like one of the interesting things, you know, that you're able to grow it so fast.
Right. So I have literally pulled from my other channels. So and not even grandma's house. That one, one day I was like, oh, light bulb moment. These light bulb moments come usually when I'm in the car and I'm just driving down the road because I can't listen to music anymore, which is sad. I usually put on YouTube where I can just listen to y'all talking, but I can't listen to music because then I want to sing to the music and now I'm thinking about that and my brain isn't thinking about the road. And so I can't do that anymore. I used to, but I can't. So now most of the time it's quiet and I might have a channel talking, but I'm not really paying attention. It's just that noise, Yeah. And then my brain is thinking, and that's when I usually have a lot of light bulb moments. And I was just driving one day and I was like, oh my gosh, I can put all of my stuff on in playlists on my grandma's channel. So children's channels are way different. There are so many restrictions. You can't have comments. You can't have notifications. The like button, that's when it started where you can see how many likes, but you can't see how many thumbs down. The number isn't there. You can't see. You can just see how many likes you get. It doesn't matter because it's the same, but people think of it as a negative thing, which, okay. So that's why I said before, I turned that into a poll before they took the number away. It was like, if you like this, put thumbs up. If you liked that, put thumbs down. So it did. So it was a poll. It wasn't a negative and a positive. So anyway, I was driving down the road and I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't, you can't put like in the channels where you can promote other channels. You can't do that in children's channels. So I can't put ASMR as a channel to promote, but I can put a playlist. So I took all my ASMR stuff and I made a multiple playlists. So at the bottom of my grandma's house page, it has all my ASMR stuff.
Yeah.
And so now
because you were saying before the importance of playlists.
Yeah, playlists are big because you get credit for that. So when people see my grandma's house and they go over, now I can bring I've got so many people now who, even if, like, that's why I say numbers aren't important, because the views are what gets you paid. And 96%, and I'm not exaggerating when I say 96%. 96% of my views are not subscribers. They're not.
That is absolutely crazy.
If you think about it, it's a classroom or whatever, and a teacher is just looking for a book.
For your channel, that makes sense.
Yeah, and they're just looking at, and they're like, oh, okay, there's that one. Let's click on that one. And then they start using my stuff, and they don't subscribe to it. They just know grandma's house. Okay, we're going to click on it. And so that's where I get, it doesn't matter. After 1,000, now, like I said before, when I get 100, which I will at some point, I will be thrilled and it'll be wonderful and I'll have a plaque. But the plaque doesn't pay my bills.
Yeah.
And
it's a nice achievement though.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I'll be super proud. And if they hadn't taken that 30,000 away, I'd be super close. But it's
man, I would have been distraught.
I was like, what? Okay, you wake up and boom.
that's the thing that I find the craziest about YouTube. I honestly don't understand the system, because like the subscribers just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like sometimes, like as a smaller channel, like, you can get so bogged down because it's just like, you'll like gain, like 6 subscribers and the next day 5 of them are gone. And you're like,
that's been happening to Clumsy.
How does that keep happening to that happened to me. Like like just even during the week, like I gained, like 3 subscribers and then I lost 4. And then I gained a couple back and then I'd lost 1. And then like even, like the last few days, I hadn't even pulled out any content.
Don't look at it.
And I'd lost 3 subscribers and I gained 4 and then I lost more again. I'm like,
but see,
what is going on?
When you look at it, and that goes away. I'm going to use my buddy Malloy as an example. When you see that number go away, you're like, what did I do? Why did that person leave? And it makes you feel bad
Hi,
when
Mousy
it's
Files.
probably not even that.
Yeah.
YouTube, it could be that person hadn't been active or they just go click. And I had my subscription taken away from Expert, and I'm like, what? I was literally on his panel. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you take me away from that channel? So you always have to watch.
I've been
your
unsubscribed from Expert so many times I can't count.
So you
Like,
can't
it is
don't
insane.
think about
I
it.
don't know. I
There's who knows?
the system is weird.
Who
It
knows?
is broken.
I don't know. Nobody
Hi,
can say
Caitlin.
what. Hey, Caitlin, nobody knows what it is. It doesn't really matter. So that's why I say don't look at it. Just don't.
Yeah.
Now, make sure that you keep, you're always subscribed to the channels that you watch, because if you're not, then you're not going to get the notifications and stuff.
Yeah.
And so just check. But as a creator, for you and those of y'all out there that have channels, don't look at that and don't take it personally, because it's not. It happens. And
Yeah.
when you start looking at your analytics and you get, hey, MLS,
Hey.
when you get so that you're super focused on those analytics and it's not going the way you want it to or think it should or whatever, it starts to really bother you, and that will make you go into this depression. Is it worth it? Should I do it? I don't know. I'm spending all this time. Why am I
so
not
true.
growing so fast? And it's not, don't think about it. That's why I'm like, do what you love. Do it on your time. Don't try and get out, a video every week, or a video every week is good. But if you think about it, that's manageable. That's only 4 videos a month, unless there's 5 weeks in that month. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. To 52 a year. That's not that bad. But when you try and say, I've got to get one out every day, or I've got to do, 5 a week or whatever. And now you've put all this pressure on yourself and you're seeing these numbers and they're not doing what you think. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm putting all this out and I'm doing all this. And why isn't that doing? You get it in your head, and then it makes you sick. It makes you sick to your stomach.
I think that's the one thing that I've struggled
Anxiety.
with, is pushing anxiety and putting so much pressure on myself for my channel, that like I found that I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I can't remember. It's just
It's
so
not fun anymore.
yeah, it doesn't become fun anymore. So like the whole thing of, like when I started my channel, it's just like I found it the other day. It was like literally like being in expert chat and being like, oh my God, like you guys make me want to start my own channel. And I have a screenshot of it too. And, like just starting from there. And then, like my whole idea was, I was going to do reaction videos and I wanted to do like an ASMR channel. And then, like I know just with me, I got bogged down in my own head of pressuring myself for everything to be good, everything to be perfect, where it's just like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I'm just starting. Like, why do you feel the need for it to be perfect? But like, that's what I did to myself.
Right.
And it's just like all of the pressure and, like trying to think of ideas that people are going to watch, because, like you see like how many views and stuff you get and you're like, oh, well, that didn't really go very well now, did it? So
that's what I'm saying. You did all that work and now you're looking at it going, well, what did I do wrong? Why are they not watching? Don't think of that. Do it because you had fun doing it, and then you just put it out there and let it go. That one channel that I'm now pulling all my stuff over from, that one channel, I did all that work, and then I walked away and I didn't touch it for a year. And then I went back, I was like, yo, wow. Okay.
How many videos did you have on there?
Well, I had gotten to the point where I had I had all the stuff for monetization. I had the 1,000 subs. I had the 4,000 watch hours. It was all good. And YouTube went, no. And I'm like, what? What? They're like,
Mm.
no, it's not different enough. Whatever that means, I don't know. I tried again. I waited the whatever period of time. I think it was 30 days or whatever. I waited. I changed a couple of things and they're like, no. And I'm like, so I just stopped because
Yeah.
why? I was like, that one at that point, the reason why I started that channel was it's all the music. So it's the meditation music and all of that. So I started that channel because I couldn't sleep. So I was having issues sleeping. And so I was on YouTube looking for music to sleep to. And I found it and I was listening to it and I was like, well, I can do that. So I'll do that. And then I'll have a channel and I can make money off of these videos that I'm listening to. So I didn't do it for any other reason except for I was interested in it. I wasn't doing it to make money. I wasn't. I just wanted to do these things that help me, that can help other people. And I did it and it's out there. And I don't even know how many videos. There's quite a few. And maybe like 25. I don't know. I honestly, I don't ever pay attention to that stuff. So I've got all these videos out there and they're like, no. And I was like, well, screw y'all. I'm not bothering with it. I've got enough for me to do what I wanted to do. And so I didn't touch it. I'm just listening to the things at night. I'm listening to the stuff. That's all I wanted it for. And I left it and I didn't do another thing to it. And I went back a little year later and looked at, I was like, oh my gosh.
And it's just grown.
4,000 subscribers. I've got all this stuff. And I was like, what? I didn't pay attention to it. So you just stick it out there and what happens, happens. And, I wasn't making any money on it. So then I started thinking about ASMR. I was like, okay. So the reason why I started ASMR, I was like, okay, I've got grandma's house. It's set. It pays my bills. It's just there. I don't really have to do anything. It is evergreen. As long as children are being born in the world, we're good. I've got people,
and children need an education.
Yes, and and even with homeschoolers, they can use my channel. People who don't speak English, they use my channel. So it's fine. It can sit there. I never have to do another thing. I literally have it in my will that whatever money is made from that channel will actually go to my autistic son. So it's in my will. It'll always be there. And if YouTube isn't a thing, I have all those videos. My kids can take it and put it on whatever platform is in that time, because I'll be 105 at that time. So anyway, you put it on whatever platform and I have it. It's there. So I was like, okay, I want to do something like that can generate money. Now I am in the money mind. Okay. After grandma's house, I was like, I won't do a channel that doesn't make me money. Now, except for the music one I just did for me. But if it doesn't make me money, I'm not going to spend all that time and energy and all of that work if it's not going to make me any money, because I just don't have to do it. I don't care. Yeah. And so I started looking into something that was new that could be evergreen. And I found this ASMR stuff. I had no clue. But I saw that. I was like, okay, I don't know what it is. And I'm old. I don't know. And
I'm fascinated by it. Like, I'm not like a big person that watches it, but like it fascinates me. That's why I wanted to start.
I have learned a lot about ASMR. And what people think ASMR is you think of ASMR and you only think about the trigger things and the weird stuff. And it's not all about just that. It's things that help you with stress and anxiety and help you calm down and just kind of piece out your brain. And it helps you. They talk about the triggers and you get the tingles up your, and I don't get any of that. I don't. There is not.
I think that's slightly weird.
Well, no, my daughter was like, "Oh, well, I did that, and my son too," and I'm like, you know me, I don't know. I
Like some of it freaks me out.
And that's the thing. I'm not going to put anything on the open channel. I'm going to say the open channel because I am going to go and do member stuff that can be more, on the creepier end or the whatever. Now, I ain't going to ever see me wearing the cat ears and all the crazy makeup and all that stuff. No, because this is grandma and I am not doing that because I
The
don't.
role playing stuff.
I'm not going to do the role playing stuff because that is too involved and I just don't have time to do all of that crap. But now I will say that being said, y'all know me and I am very money minded. And if I'm going to have a tier that is going to be way expensive. And if somebody wants to click on that tier and pay me that money, I will do a role play for you, but it is only going to be 15 minutes. And I see my camera is jumping. So it's only going to be a short thing. Yes. I need wigs. I'll put the wigs on, but I am not going to be doing the cat ears and all that stuff. My daughter has all that stuff. And I'm like, no. If y'all want to do that, that's on you. That's fine. Yeah. Mel, you would look adorable in some cat ears, but this old woman is not wearing the freaking cat ears. So anyway, so ASMR can be in that kind of weird realm. I was talking about this about when I was thinking about the games and stuff. So this program has where you can have an AI, but they've only got 2 AIs because I was like, God, that'd be cool because I can actually schedule it where you can do the games and I don't have to be there at all. Yeah. The AI kind of does
let
the thing.
It take care of itself.
Right. So I was like, oh, I could do that. And then I clicked on it. I was like, it's anime. Okay. Your man, Mad Max, loves anime. My son, but both sons love anime. My daughter's okay with it. She likes it. Me, no. I could care less. I don't like it. It just doesn't interest me at all. Do I care? But now ASMR, a lot of the people who like ASMR love anime. I know a lot of the people in the LawTube, whatever you want to call that thing, a lot of them love anime. I'm like, okay. So there's a whole lot of people that like it. Me, no. So I was like, well, I
like certain bits of anime. I don't like all of it, but I like certain.
It's very, very popular in the ASMR world. But my ASMR world is not going to go into all of that, licking of the ears of binaural stuff that I have. But like I said, if they want to pay for that other tier, I'm fine with looking some ears.
I was going to say, have you done anything yet with the ears?
No, but I think it was Wolfkinder. Somebody said the other day when I was doing the whisper chat, they're like, you could do this with that. Or the reading.
Was it Natalisa?
It might have been Natalisa. Natalisa has been giving me a lot of good ideas because her daughter watches it. And so I'm like, tell me things that y'all like and all that. Like I'm doing the keyboards and so you can hear and that I was like, I didn't think about that. But once I'm doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like the sound too. But like I said, I don't get the tinglies or anything. It just is relaxing sounds. I just like it. Wood soup is one of my favorite things. I love wood soup. Yeah. And it is the most popular thing watched on my channel. That whisper reading is becoming more popular. I did not get whisper reading out. And this is another thing going back to any channel. I did not get whisper reading out yesterday because I had so many things going on with my headaches and with, helping people in our little village here that I didn't.
I think there's a lot of us that need help.
This past week has been a very busy week with the village and needing help. Yeah. And I am absolutely happy to do it. I am. I didn't get out my video. Okay. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. I was like, we'll just do it next week. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, he passed. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. I've got plenty of stuff that I have scheduled out. I worked on some other stuff. I was just like, just skip it. And now I was like, well, I could do it. I was like, no, you know what? Your head hurts. Just leave it alone. You can do it later. Even if I don't get it done next Friday, okay, we'll do it
I
next
think
week.
that's another thing that I'm trying to come to terms with, because it's just like I do want to make something out of my channel, but it's just
You're
like
putting
maybe
pressure.
yeah. I think I literally just put so much pressure on myself and want
Mhm.
everything to be perfect so badly that I psych myself out, and it's just like I'm just
And that's what you're
ridiculous.
doing.
I'm stupid.
A lot of people with channels that you get so worried that somebody's going to be upset or somebody's not going to, or, they're waiting. It's not there. Why didn't she post? Why didn't she do her stream? Go in your community tab, say, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just not doing it. Life
Yeah.
happens. Sorry guys, I'll see y'all next week or whatever. Or I'll let you know when I'm doing a stream. You know, just don't worry about hurting people's feelings because you didn't get out a video. It's about you and your life and your mental health. And you have to do it for you first. Don't worry about everybody else. You're making the videos, you're creating this content for you. And everybody who gets to watch it, that's wonderful. They get to enjoy what you're doing, but don't do it because this person is expecting you to put out a video. That's a whole lot of stress. That's a whole lot your
Yeah, because
anxiety
I think
level.
it's a thing of like, like you build up like a community of people. It's like you don't want to disappoint them. I
Yeah,
think
right.
that's
Well, I
also,
mean, that's human nature. That's
mm,
human nature. You don't want to disappoint somebody. You don't want them to be upset. But that's when you have to back off. It's more about you and your mental health, and don't worry about
yeah,
everybody else. It's like I was telling Malloy yesterday. He was so worried about offending. I don't
yeah,
want to offend. Don't worry about offending anybody. If they're offended, that's on them. If they have their little feelings hurt because you didn't upload a video, well, that's on them. You've got stuff, your life, you've got a husband, you have a job, you are tired, you just need to sleep, you just need a day
that
off.
week, yes.
Yes, things happen. Like I mean, now I haven't been able to have my migraine treatments. Thank you, our current government. That's a whole thing. But anyway, but I can't get my treatments. So now my migraines are insane. So I'm having to deal with everything that life is throwing at me. And you know, my autistic son who was having an autistic moment. Oh, that happens daily, but
Yeah.
really bad the other day, and having to diffuse that, and that's hard on me in my brain. Um, uh, Robin, we all need this, but so with all of that going on and my migraines, there are times when I'm just like, I just can't do it. That's why I was like, read the book. I could have done it. I could have rushed through it and done it. And I'm like,
But you didn't
no,
have to. Yeah.
I don't want to do it. It's not something that, I always say the world's not going to stop spinning.
Yeah.
The world will not stop spinning if I don't get that video out, if I don't, if I don't go and watch, okay, we'll just use expert for an example. If I
It's
don't
an easy
make it,
example to use.
yes, and he knows I love him. So if I don't get on to watch expert stream, the world's not going to stop spinning. He's still fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's fine. I'm fine. Like, oh, one day, the one Sunday, I could not watch the movie because
Mm.
I couldn't look at a television screen. My migraines were so bad that day, actually that week,
Hey,
but
Shizzy.
I could not. Hey, Susie, I can't speak. Shiznizzle.
Yep.
So, I was really struggling, and I couldn't watch the video. I mean, the movie. Okay, well, everybody else still watched the movie. Everything else is fine. Y'all don't need me there. We're good. So don't put pressure on yourself to go to somebody else's channel, be in somebody's chat, make a video. It's just it this is life. I was explaining yesterday, somebody was talking about we were talking about the village. And I just said this to Mel earlier. So you have to think about this internet universe that we have. It's like the world, and the world is just there, and there's so much going on in the world. And what happens in the world is just happening in the world. I don't have to be involved in everything in the world. And then you narrow it more down, and that goes to the country. I can't be involved in everything in the country, and I can't control everything in the country. And you go even smaller, and I can't help anything that's happening in my state and or my city or in my neighborhood, but I can't control it. I don't need to participate in every single thing. In my house, that's me. And I can control what's in my house. And if I'm just tired that day and I don't want to do anything, okay, the only person it's affecting is me.
Mm.
So you just have control over your house. The world's not going to stop spinning. Everything in the internet, everything in the world is still going to be going on if you just take some time off. So,
Yeah.
that being said, for you or anybody who has a channel or doesn't have a channel, if you need to take a digital detox, is what they're calling it. If you need to take a digital detox, I think it's wonderful. I think that is the most healthy thing, to just step back. I said this the other night on Experts channel, that people that do true crime or the law stuff, that is so difficult because you have all of this negative and all of this drama. And it's just, I know, MLS Law, if he's still here, he gets that. The lawyers here. If you have to deal with this heavy, heavy negative stuff in
It's
your
all
real
exhausting.
life, yes, in your real life, and now you're talking about it and participating in it in your YouTube universe stuff, that is so hard and
Yep.
so draining. And even if you're on someone else's channel and it's just there and it's there, that is so difficult. You have to take
Yeah.
a break. You can't do that all the time and be healthy. You can't. That's when people start self medicating, and I see it a lot. I see it a lot,
Mm.
and it's not.
Yeah,
It's
I can
not a good.
imagine how hard just
Take a
that,
break.
like the true crime stuff
I
is
love it.
absolutely, I
I
love it, but
love
it's
listening to it.
crazy at the same time.
I have to take a
Like,
break watching it
yeah.
because it's so I love listening to it. I love all of that. I love the law stuff. I started following everybody. It came down the trail to get to here, from Emily D. Baker, to from listening to her. Um, and then Johnny Depp, and then that's what,
Mm.
I kind of trickled down. But I love she's a little lighter because she doesn't do all the negative. All
Mm.
right. Um, she
Yeah, she does a lot of the
does
pop
more
culture.
pop. And so that's more light, but it's still
Mm.
drama,
Yeah.
and drama will get to you. And so that's another thing. When
Yep.
you see drama, it's all over. If you see drama happening in the chat, or you see drama happening in Discord or on somebody else's channel or whatever, this is what I was kind of talking about on Malloy's channel yesterday. I just choose not to be around that. And if people get upset because I choose not to be around, we'll just say a certain person. There's only that one. And y'all know who it is. It's okay. It's just a choice. It has nothing to do with her. It's not. I don't have anything. I don't care. I just choose not to be around that because I just choose not to be around that. And so I don't have anything negative to say about her as a person, and that's fine. And it's like in the chat, if I am in a channel and I see things happening in the chat, I'm like, I just don't want to be here. I'll go to another channel for a little bit, or I'll just turn it off. I usually just turn it off.
Yeah, that's what I normally do. I just normally just turn it off. I'm like, you know
then
what?
I'll just come back.
I'm not quite liking where this conversation is going. I'm just gonna.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to leave that channel forever. Yeah. I'll come back. And then, like I said, the world's not going to stop spinning. It'll still be there and I'll come back and then things will be good. And then if I see something happening, I'll just leave. Like I know where the door is. I'll kindly leave. I'm not going to say anything. I'll just kindly leave and then I'll come back. And that's what you do in life. That's what you do in YouTube. And ASMR, this whole ASMR thing is supposed to be relaxing, calm, help your anxiety levels go down, your stress, everything. That's why I have so many things with sleep. And that's what I was going to tell you. Okay, so this ASMR, what I'm doing is not what all of these other ASMR channels are. So when you're doing a channel, you want to look at what everybody else is doing. I did for a year. I did research. Like I said, I had no idea what it was. I had to learn it and figure it out and go, okay, so what is it that I want to do? Like, I'm not going to do the cat ear thing. What is it that I want to do? What is it that I'm comfortable doing? So like I spent a year. I've been collecting stuff. I'm going to do the kinetic sand. I'm going to do, my daughter loves soap cutting. Okay, whatever. I'm going to do that. I've got the soap. I'm having to figure it out. And Natalisa has helped me. She's like, oh, okay, I watched this. And because she was like, yeah, how do you do that? And so what I was doing was different. And so it wasn't working out like all these videos. And I'm like, so she helped me to figure out. I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm like, okay, I can do that. I've got my slime. Lord, where is it?
Oh, I was like watching some slime stuff the other day, and
I play with slime all the time. I keep it here on the desk. I play with it all the time while I'm sitting here, on a stream or whatever. But I'm like, okay, that gets expensive. So I've made my own. You should see my dining room. My dining room is YouTube Central down there. It's got. I mean, it is not a dining room anymore. It's either my books.
It's a studio now.
Yeah. Well, I have for my grandma's house, for my neighborhood, I have a little free library at the end of my driveway. And so I put books in there for all the adults all the way down to the babies. And so I've got, I can't even tell you how many books in my dining room for that. Yeah. And because they donate books, here's some books. And I'm like, okay, that's great.
Awesome.
So I've got tons of books. And then I've got all those like those cubicle, like the cube bookshelves. I've got, that's all across walls. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So I started collecting stuff for ASMR for the different triggers and soap and all just everything. And so I just started collecting, and anything that I saw, if I saw it cheap at the dollar store or whatever, I would buy it, put it in a cube. Just, it's just there. Yeah. So when I get to do it, I've got it. I don't have to go find it. I can just make a video.
When you have that moment of inspiration, go, I want to do this, and be like, hey,
right.
Second, I've already got it.
I've got it. So I've got, this is something I'm going to do that I haven't even. I've got the stuff, but one day I'm going to do buttons, where you just take buttons out of the thing and you sort the buttons and you drop the buttons in these little sections and stuff. Yeah. So you're just hearing wood buttons clicking, just dropping into wood little sections. Yeah. And then you have the visual of sorting out the buttons, and I have different kinds of buttons and different colors and different stuff.
You did that with like jelly beans and M&Ms and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to put them, awesome. You just sort them. Yeah, you sort them and drop them in the little different things. You can drop them in bowls, you can drop them in boxes, you can drop them in stuff that has different sounds. So yeah, so
Yeah,
those
because
are things.
that's so satisfying. Like when you're doing like the
Yeah,
sorting out the colors and all that
yeah,
kind of
like
stuff.
Skittles.
When you sort from like small to big and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then you have, and that makes different sounds. Yeah, so those are all things. See, your brain's starting to go. Those are
Hey
things that
Juju.
you
Hey
do.
Toy Box. Who else came in? Danielle. Marissa, hello. And I
Ah,
think Jacob came in as well. Hi guys. I don't want to ignore you. I'm sorry.
I don't like that girl, Marissa. She's a troublemaker. But anyway, I did do a shout out. Thank you, Marissa, for picking up Jordan. I appreciate that. So no, there's so many things that I've got in my brain, but you can only do so many things at a time. Yes, yes. Mel's candy corner. She's already done the chocolates. Yes.
Yeah, I was saying next I need to do Halloween.
Yep. So there's so many things that you can do. And I've got all these things that I want to do and we'll get to at some point. But yeah, one thing that I'm not worried about is, I had literally said that I was going to, you don't like grandma. You know what, little girl?
She's got her eye on you.
Uh-huh. She knows. She knows what I'm thinking. I just can't say it on the stream. She knows. I love her. We talk.
That's
We
right.
talk.
It's an inside joke. Don't worry.
Yes, if you ever see her say things, yes, no, we are close. Now we've gone through some stuff, but the world didn't stop spinning. And I was always here and she knew it. So anyway, and if you hear me talking about her, she knows she knows everything that I say. So that's all good. It's not like I'm telling things that she doesn't want. Yeah, no, we're good. So anyway, and if you want to know about me, just ask her. She'll tell you. Yeah, Malloy was trying to get. Yes, we are besties now. Yeah, there was a time period, but I had to be that mom, just like I am with y'all. Oh, you think that I could go off on y'all like when I did in the chat that day and whatever? No, that one. Oh, y'all don't even know. But the world did not spinning, and
Hi,
now it is
Robin.
wonderful. Hey, Robin.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Robin's stream is a totally different stream. So but it is the same. The whole YouTube thing, whether it's ASMR or grandma's house or couch chat or, just your regular streams or whatever, YouTube is a beast and you just have to, and it's an ever changing beast. And like I said on the expert channel the other day, they change and then they'll go back. My camera's going. You just have to kind of okay, they changed it and now we're doing something else. And it'll all come back around. So
you just got to roll with it. Be like,
right.
Okay, it's just like, I've just got to roll with what they want now.
Right. You can't go, oh my God, well, and get depressed. And when they do a sweep and take all your all your subs away and all that, just, okay, whatever. And just go on, because at the end of the day, it's their house and we have to play by their rules. And they are huge and they get to make up whatever rules they want.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So don't let your heart get hurt. Don't take it personally. If you just continue to do what you enjoy and do what you love and don't look at analytics, don't look at it.
There's one analytic thing, which I think is still important though, the SEO stuff.
Yes, that helps. But that's really not an analytic.
It's not really an analytic, but like a more of a thing of when you're doing your videos and stuff.
That's when you're trying to get it out. That's fine. Yeah. What I don't want you to get bogged down by paying attention to is, how well it's doing right now. And it's not getting views and it's not this, because no joke. I will put out
Hi, Lady
I'll
Autumn Sky.
I will put out a video. Hey everybody. So hey everybody. So I'll put out a view. I mean, I'll put out a video and it might not get views for a day. It usually will get a couple, but it doesn't matter. It's out there. That's all I care. It's out there. I just showed YouTube. I put out a video and then let it go. And like I said, with that one, I came back and I was like, wow, all right. What?
Yeah, 'cause I think I saw, because you did the, like one of the first ones that you did was with the little like rain cloud. Like little thing that is so cute, because I think I had a look and it's gone, like going back, and it's gained so much extra views.
Yeah. So I mean, it's out there and it'll keep going, and I am going to go back and do like live stream of those fountains.
Because I was going to say, because a lot of the stuff that you did was like videos, but that one specifically was a live stream. How did you set that up so that it's streamed for so long?
It's in my son's closet. I was laughing so hard. I told my son, I was like, so your closet is now
no longer for clothes.
Yeah. No, that's what makes it so perfect. All my clothes and his, because you know, I'm female. I like clothes. I got a closet full of stuff. And so now I switch it out. So my summer stuff is in there. My winter stuff is in his closet. And then I swap them. And so right now I've got all my winter sweaters and everything in there. And it's perfect because it helps with the sound.
Oh, and so it's not like bouncing around kind of thing.
So I literally have these those tote boxes, and I've got I got Christmas crap in it, and I just put a blanket over it, and then I just set up the fountains. Now I've got one big fountain, and that's when I've got the plants and stuff around it. But that one's in his room that's different. But the one in his closet, all of those other fountains are little. Hold on, I'll show you. This is funny. I haven't done this one yet, but I'll show you. This is so funny. My daughter's gonna laugh and go, "What? I gave that to you? You haven't used it yet?" No, I haven't. Look how little this
good
thing
time.
is.
Oh wow,
it's tiny, and these are little tiny
rocks.
So you just take this and I put it on top of that thing, and then I have a regular cam, just
like a webcam.
Regular webcam. Thank you. And I've just got it sitting on some bucket things that I had for the kids when I did Easter for them, and I got that turned up. I stacked that up, and I've got it on a stand, and I've got it right up on it, so it makes it look so much bigger. And then I took my laptop, and I've got it on the floor on the outside of the closet, and that's the reason why I had to stop, because I had one laptop that I could do it on. And so I had to split it between doing different things. And I was like, okay, I want to do the sand bowl and I want to do that. And so I can only do one thing at a time. And so I was like, okay, well, I need to record this and I need to record that. And I couldn't do the fountains. But now I've bought on from Walmart. There's like a $50 Chromebook. And so I was like, okay, now I can take that Chromebook and put a webcam on it, and I can just video that, and I can let it go. And so now I can do a live stream.
Is that just through like YouTube Live itself?
Yeah, that's no special program. That's why I was struggling. I was like, I've never done this StreamYard thing. And I'm like, here, I got to do this StreamYard thing. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, so like I'm lucky because I was like involved in like so many streams beforehand, and like and like Expert help showed me like a few different things and stuff like that as well. So I was just like, okay, so when it came for me to do my own thing, I put off doing live streaming for so long. I'm like, imagine the watch hours I could have gotten if I hadn't put off live streaming. So like, because I think it's getting close to like, I think like next month is like a year since I put like my first video up. But like my first video is, if anyone has seen it, because it's old now. It's like I tried filming something and I connected this mic to my camera, but the cord didn't connect properly, so it had no sound. And I'm like, oh
you
my
didn't take
God.
it down, did you?
I did no, so what I did was, so I spent all my, so like I was doing like a reaction video or something like that. So a lot of the time I was laughing. So I'm like, I had gotten my hair done, I'd put makeup on, I'd made all this effort to make this video, and I'm like, I don't want to waste this footage. So I literally chopped it up into a 1-minute video poking fun of myself and how I laugh.
Okay.
So I think it's like nearly a year since that video.
What you could have done with that, instead of just chopping it down to a minute, you could have left it and just done a voiceover.
Yeah, I probably could have. But I think, because I think there was like static behind it as well. So that's the thing. It's just like, I didn't know that back then. So this is like going back nearly a year ago. So it's just like, I've learned so many like skills and all that and tricks since that first video, because it's just like all that I really did is just like I have like no video skills. Like I didn't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm a photographer. I'm usually behind the camera, not in front of it, because it's just like I'm not a big fan of how I look and how I speak. I don't like my voice.
You need to shut up about that.
It was never a thing of wanting to be in front of the camera. It's just, these YouTube people like make it look so much fun. I'm like, I want to do this too. I want to be a part of this world. And then that was the thing that I wanted to do. I'm like, yeah, let's just react to some like puppy TikToks. Because all I've done like beforehand is just make some ridiculous like TikToks of where I just do transition videos and voiceovers. So
you're really good at shorts and stuff. You and the White Rabbit, so good, so good.
So yeah, that's why I've kept putting short. So it looks like I've got a lot of videos. So I think like on my channel it shows that I've got like 165 videos. It's just like I actually only have like, I think I've got like at this point now, I think because I was also streaming Friday Night Live at the same time as Expert and then doing some of my own live streams. So I think I've built up about 30 live streams, and I think I've only got like about 15. I think I've got like 15 to 20 actual videos. So it's just like majority of everything that I put on is the shorts.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Okay, so I was telling you, I'm gonna tell the chat too. Shorts are great to help you get your channel out there. It's like advertisement. Okay, it's a short little advertisement that YouTube is going to throw out there, and people will be scrolling down the shorts and you'll pop up and they see it, and then they can cross over. So they go, oh, what is this? This is interesting. And they click and they'll come over, and you can get subs that way. And that's good to get your channel out there. Just think of it as advertisement. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't think of it any other way. It's just ads. It's an advertisement to get your channel out there in the YouTube verse. But if you start thinking about a channel, you can't make a channel out of shorts unless you have something that's going to go viral or whatever. Don't think of it as, oh, now I'm not going to say that it can't happen, because people have that. But
if everyone's wondering what it takes to get monetized through shorts, if you've got no idea, it is 10 million views in 90 days. It is dead set nearly impossible unless you were a giant YouTuber or massively go viral. Like you wouldn't even be able to get monetized off a viral like short with 1 million views.
Yeah, and 1,000 subs. And it rotates.
Crazy.
So let's say you had one that goes viral and you got 8 million views on that one video. Okay. That ain't gonna happen. But let's say it did. Okay. So you need 2 million more to go.
Yeah.
And then you
Means you
put
need
out,
another
and
viral video.
then you put out 1,000 videos and you only get, 2,000 views. Well, guess what? Now, after 90 days,
Yeah.
that viral
That's
one is
gone.
gone and you have to start all over again.
All over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do not recommend it. It's just advertisement. It's good to put them out there, but don't think that and it's not going to get you any watch time. It doesn't even count. It doesn't count on your watch time. So my watch time on my ASMR channel, I am so very happy and I'm excited. And I'm going to tell all of y'all need to go. I don't care what you watch. I don't care. Watch anything. Just watch it, because I will tell you right now, by Monday, I will be monetized. I am that close. Yeah, I am that close.
So exciting.
So what they do is what I'm seeing now, and this is why I can say by Monday I will be. What I'm seeing now is 2 days behind, because it goes every 2 days. So what I did 2 days ago just showed up, and I think it was 131 hours left before I'm monetized.
Oh, that's
so I'll get that by Monday, especially because I'm 2 days behind. So Monday, I'll be good on Monday. I'm like so excited. Yes, boy, I know you're monetized, but I'm really excited about that. So anytime y'all watch, I mean, even these things where I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm trying to integrate, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this, and y'all are just watching me. I will leave it up, because if I take it down, even if I make it private, I don't have to delete it. If I make it private or unlisted, it doesn't count. So on my thing, if I look at my watch hours, it says I'm already past 4,000.
Yeah.
But that's including things that don't count. So don't look at that number. But once I get monetized, I'm not going to look at how many subs. As long as I stay above 1,000, I'm good. And I'm like, what, 1,200? I don't even know. I don't even know.
I think it was about 1,200.
After I got past 1,000.
I think it was like at 1.2 when I had a look this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even pay attention. I honestly do not pay attention. I got my 1,000. Okay, now I'm good. Now I got to get my 4,000, and then I'll be good. And I don't care about any of that. And now it's just going to be about the views, and then I don't care about anything else. And I don't obsess over that. Like I said, when it takes a while for that video to come out and to people start watching it, especially because I am a new ASMR channel. There are so many other really big ASMR channels. They're going to watch them first. So that's why I'm trying to do different things. And I am pulling from my Positive Minds, that site that didn't get monetized. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to put any more time and energy into that one. But every Saturday, I take one of those videos from that channel and I move it over to ASMR. And I won't take that channel down because it has like 5,000 subscribers. So why kill it? And I don't. But what I did was I have now taken all of those videos, and they're in playlists just like they would be. And they are now going to be ASMR videos. So I take all of those videos from ASMR, put on a playlist. So
like the same thing like we did with like Grandma's House, the same thing you do with this channel. So all of those videos now, instead of being on the channel, or in a playlist that links through to ASMR.
So all the 5,000 subscribers go to the page that they're used to going to. They're still subscribed. And when I upload, it'll pop up over there. And so they will see that, and they will click on whatever it is that they're used to. A lot of people have one video that they like, and they listen to it every night, or they listen to it when they study, and they listen to, and they get it. It makes your body. That's what I was trying to tell my son. He has one video that he loves. And he was like, I don't want to try another one. And I was like, well, you don't have to, because now you've programmed your body. When you hear that song come on, your body goes, okay, it's time to sleep. and he can relax and go to sleep. And he doesn't never have to listen to another one. I don't care. But those people who are used to whatever video that their go to,
Yep, they went there
they
for in
can
the first
go,
place.
yeah, they can go to that site. They can go to that video. They can click on that video, but it's not playing through that Positive Minds channel. It crosses over to my ASMR channel. Well, now that ASMR channel is in their algorithm. It's in their, their suggested. It's all in their stuff. And they can also look and go, oh, wait a minute. What is this? Wood soup. Oh, whisper reading. What is that? Oh, she's playing a game. Whatever it is, now it's going to help to cross those people over that may never come across my channel. I can bring them over. And so that's 5,000 people that may have never been interested, may have never looked at an ASMR video ever, or looked at ASMR and go, what the heck is that? I don't even know. And then so I can bring them over. So
do you think that that's what helped, like, from that channel and moving those sort of like soundscape stuff over to the ASMR? Do you think that that's what helped gain subs so quickly? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And now the soundscapes didn't come from Positive Minds. The only one that I had on Positive Minds is just the music. Yeah, just the music. And that is, I think it's like meditation, spa, whatever. Yeah. That's it. Now all the sleep, all the soundscapes. Okay, so shh, don't tell people.
Just between us.
Shh, don't tell people what I do. Okay, so
it just stays just right here.
It's just us. Shh,
yeah, it's just us. Nobody else is watching.
Don't tell people my secrets. Okay, so let's see if I have one with me. I did. I just boxed it. Okay, well here's one. I have multiple. All right, so what I do is I do have a Zoom recorder. It's a really good recorder. I can, go outside and have the birds, have the wind chimes, whatever. I can do that. I can do the creek that's at my mom's house. I can, there are different sounds that I can take it to. I can take it to a park and have children laughing and all that stuff. So you have to think about sounds. I have the ability to do that with that recorder. I can take it anywhere and make recording. I have done that outside in my yard. You can hear the dogs barking. You can hear people, mowing their grass. You can have all that stuff. But then there are things that I don't have access to. Like Mel has access to the ocean. So Mel could go to the ocean. She
wanted to do that.
Yes. And I told you, absolutely, you should do this. You should just take your camera, put it on a tripod, put it just like you did your sunrise thing. You can sit there, read a book, do work on your laptop, whatever. Just sit there and have your camera on the ocean, picking up whatever happens, children, whatever, doesn't matter, dog, whatever.
I'm actually thinking I need to do that from my phone and not my camera, because for some reason my vlogging camera will literally only record for half an hour at a time. It drives me nuts.
Okay, so that is an issue that I had with my DSLR camera.
Yeah.
And that's what I used for all of my videos in the past. That's what I did. But it would only do short things, and then I'd have to stop, and I'd have to start it back up, and that kind of was a pain in the butt. And so when I started doing this, I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want it to cut. It's very aggravating. And with my brain damage, I can't handle a lot of that stuff. It's just, I just can't handle it. And it would get me very frustrated. And then my brain shuts off. And then I get upset at myself, because now I'm thinking, if you didn't have this brain damage, you wouldn't have to be going through this. And then I'm upset that happened to me. And I don't want to do that, because that's not a healthy space to be in. Yeah. So to avoid all of that, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go on my laptop and I'm going to put on the webcam, and I'm going to live stream whatever it is that I'm recording through. See, I can't talk sometimes.
It happens to me too.
It happens to everybody, but I hear it more because I can't speak a lot sometimes. So anyway, so I wanted to be able to record live and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And then, so what I do is I go through YouTube and I set it up as a private live stream. So it's not going out into nobody sees it. And then now this is the long way around it, but it helps me not to deal with all the other stuff, and it's manageable for me and my brain. And so I just I do the recording just like this stream right now, but it's private. Mm-hmm. And then I go into YouTube, and it takes a while for it to process. And so it processes it. And then I download it. Then I take it into my editing software, which I use, like I said, that's the Adobe Premiere Pro. And I edit it, put in whatever it is, do whatever I need to do to it. And then I render that, and then I upload it to YouTube. Yeah. And then I have to go through all the YouTube stuff, doing the descriptions and do the thumbnail and all that stuff. Now that is a long way, but in doing that, several things happen for me. One, I don't have to worry about the camera cutting off. Two, I can edit and I can put in anything that I want to in my software. And three, I have that video saved on YouTube if I ever need it, unless I do something stupid like I did the other day and I deleted it because I thought I did it on purpose. Okay. I was like, okay, I've already got this. I've already got it in my folder. I've already got all this stuff. It was keyboards. And thank God I did it on the keyboard that I gave my daughter. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I did five videos of that one keyboard. And I thought, okay, I've downloaded it. I've got it taken care of. It's in my folder on, and everything's good. And then I went back and I was pulling out stuff, and I was like, wait a minute. I only see the first one and the fifth one. What happened to the other three? And so I was like, well, go back to YouTube because you keep them. No, for whatever reason, I thought, oh, well, you don't need it. Delete it.
Yeah.
Guess what? I needed it, and now it's gone. So now I know. Don't do that. Yeah, just leave it there. Just leave it there until you have totally finished it, and then delete it, because now I have to get that keyboard back from my daughter and say, okay, you can't have it for a day, so she can't game or whatever she needs to do. You just gonna have to wait because your mother is stupid. But anyway, so that helps me to manage things, and that's how I do it. And I just use, I don't use any other software. I just use the YouTube thing, and it's so easy. And that's what I do with like the sand bowl. Yeah. I need to do that at night when it's quiet. So I just put it on and I go to sleep, and that thing does it. And then I download it and everything. And then I add the music and all that stuff. So what I do with my soundscapes is, now this one's different, but I get these sound machines.
No, wait.
That's all this is. This one is Echo Soundscape is what this one is. So this one's different. I got this at Sam's. This one's different because this one has
let me make you big. Hang on. No, wrong way. There we go.
That's what this one is.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's cool.
So this one has the lights and stuff, and it has music, and it has, this is the lights and music. Okay. So, and you can just click through it, and you hear different ones. And it usually has, the basic ones are ocean, rain, a brook, fire, and then they usually have like lullabies and stuff. But the lullabies, when they don't really sound that great to me. So I probably won't ever use any of those. But what I did was I bought a couple of them and I took it into my son's closet because it's quiet in there. And I get my Zoom recorder and I record the sounds, and I can record for hours at a time. And that way, and some of them though, some of them I've figured out do a looping. And so it'll go and you'll hear a click.
Where you
and
can
it'll
kind of
go.
hear that little switch over.
Right. And I don't want that because there isn't a click in the ocean sound. That's kind of irritating. And I am a perfectionist.
Could you like go back into that sound though and just click that little click?
Sure, but I don't want to do that. Yeah. I don't have time for that.
Ain't no one got time for that.
No, it's too much. See, I'm very simple. I don't
work smarter, not harder.
That's right. It's just like taking out that page turn when it came to Grandma's house. I took out that page turn because I didn't want to take time to do that, and it's not necessary. So if I can find one that is non-looping, then that's great. Now I don't have to deal with it. I can make the recording. But now what I do is I take those recordings and then I marry them together so I can edit and make my own thing. So like I did ocean with a thunderstorm. So I took the ocean sounds and I took the thunderstorm sounds and I put them together. So now on Monday, I did one for Malloy to help him sleep. He likes the ocean. So I've got 3 ocean sounds. I've got one. Well, I will have 3. Right now I have 2. I have one that is the ocean. It has seagulls and it has seals. And so you hear the ocean and the seagulls and the seals and all of that. And I have that one. Then I have one that is the ocean and a thunderstorm. And now I have another one that is just going to be the ocean. So that is 3 separate ones that I have with an ocean sound. And there's so many that I can do. I did one that is a brook and crickets. And now Lisa loves that one because she's like, it reminds me of the bayou and all that stuff. Aww. And so that's why I was like, if there's sounds that you like, let me know. I can make those videos. I can put them together. So that's what I do. So that's something that I do that is different than what a lot of people do. And I don't have access to the beach. Well, I mean, I do, but I'd have to drive, 3 hours and sit there and do that and, pay for a hotel and whatever. I can make a vacation out of it and then it's a write-off. But
yeah, I remember someone telling me one time because I used to be in like architecture and stuff like that. And then I like, also like the photography stuff. It's just like, yeah, you got your own business. It's just like, if you're going to go overseas, just go travel like business class or whatever, and then claim it as a tax write-off because you're going to be working while you're over there. So say photographer, I'm working on projects.
You are.
And you can use it
just
as a tax write-off.
Take pictures of stuff.
It's like technically I have my own business of where, like a lot of my wall art is my travel photography. So technically that was a working holiday.
Yep. There you go. See, I mean, there's always stuff you can do with that. But that's how I do those, the sounds and stuff. Yeah. So that isn't technically what people think of as your ASMR, because when you say ASMR, they're only thinking about those trigger things. Yeah, that's what they think of ASMR, but it's really not. It's the sensory thing, and a lot of people get relaxation over listening to ocean sounds or the wind or like fans. Fans are. I mean, I've got fans. I have so many sounds of different fans, a box fan, an oscillating fan.
I'm not a big fan of fans.
Well, it's a white noise.
Yeah.
Oh, and before I did all this, I didn't know there's a difference between white noise, pink noise, brown noise, green noise. I'm like, noises. I only heard of white noise. That's all I knew. And
Yeah,
now
that's
I'm going,
crazy.
okay. So I just did one that was pink noise. I just did one that was brown noise. And I put out the brown noise and I was like, okay, what does that sound like? And I think it was now Lisa said, sounds like an airplane. And then Wolfkinder said, or Miami, one of them said it sounded like
Because
some
white noise
another
is like the
sound.
static sound, right?
Right. Well, they all sound kind of like that.
Yeah.
So it's just different pitches, the different frequencies.
Yeah.
And even within that frequency, there's different
Hey, Mary
tones
Boone.
of. So, hey there. So it's just different. So that's why I can do so many different things with just those sounds. There's so many different things. So like I put the puppy on there. That was brown noise because I just thought that was cute with a little sleep mask on it.
Yeah.
That's cute. But I
Yeah.
was actually going to do the airplane. That's what I was originally going to do, and I was like, okay, well, I'll do another brown noise, and I'll do it as the airplane, since she specifically was like, that sounds like when you're on an airplane, that hum. So all of those noises do different things. They can help with some of them, and I don't remember which one. I always have to look this up because this is all new to me. So I always have to look at my list, my notes, because y'all know I have a ton of them. But anyway, I was like, one of them was like your the tinnitus or whatever for your ears when your ears are ringing. There is one of those that's really good for that. Yeah. So you can play that and have your earbuds in, and it kind of drowns out that ringing of your ears.
Oh,
and I was like, okay.
That's a
And
good
then
one.
white noise, most everybody knows about white noise, and a lot of those different things are good for babies to help babies sleep. Well, obviously, if it's going to help a baby sleep, it's going to help, everybody else sleep. Yeah. So you got fans, you've got, a waterfall. And I didn't know this until I was like, okay, I'm doing this waterfall sound. And I'm like, that sounds like a fan because it's the same white noise.
Oh,
I'm like, this is a waterfall. I know it's a waterfall.
that's
But
so
but
weird.
when I play it back, I'm like, that sounds like a fan. So anyway, so there's so many things that you can do with sound. Watching ASMR. So I've done so much research. And that's another thing. I did a year where I started the channel a year before I did anything with it because I had to learn. I had to do research. I had to figure it out. I need to figure things out. And so I would watch these people, and they do storms on their mics. And so they'll take their Yeti and they'll put like a towel over the mic, and they'll just pull the towel, or they'll just take their fingers and run it over, and it sounds like thunder.
God, I want to try that.
Yeah, it sounds like thunder. It's just a regular like a terry cloth towel, and they just pull it, and they'll just take their hands and just run their hands down, and it sounds like thunder. And then they'll take a lot of them will take like a tin foil and put it over the top to make like a bowl, and they'll put water in, or they'll put pop rocks in that, and then they'll spritz it, and the pop rocks sound like rain. And so you've got the rain, and then so what they'll do is they'll have the towel, and then they'll have the the tin foil or whatever with the pop rocks, and then they'll do that with that, and they'll spritz it, and you'll have the sound of the rain, and then they'll just take their fingers and run it down, and that's the thunder. So there's so many things that you can do with sounds and making sounds. And and the ASMR community they're so smart and talented to think of, how do I make this sound with just a microphone?
Yeah.
Now I'm cheating because I'm using a sound machine.
Yeah. So it's like I
But
really have to go back and like look at so many people because I find all that stuff so fascinating that I do want to
oh
like
yeah,
try it myself. Like
oh, I
because
love
when I
watching them.
yeah, so it's like when I first was thinking of like getting into like the ASMR stuff or even just like just a relaxation thing, I wanted to
Hmm.
do the coloring. I was
Right.
watching was it like a girl on Instagram and she just like just a different kind of coloring thing just for like curing anxiety. It's like literally just doing a scribble and then just using different pens to like make different patterns, and I'm like,
Right.
I want to do that because it's just
And
like
that's very relaxing.
yeah.
It has a visual where people can watch you do it. Like with Grandma's House, that was one of the first things I did. I saw the coloring thing, but and they had the adult coloring books with the different things and you just color it. And I was gonna do that, but I was like, I really don't want to do that. So I didn't.
See, I
They
love
had
the
the
adult coloring
they had
books.
the ones that have like you scratch off the black part and it has the colors underneath that. I think I did one of those, but I never uploaded it because I was like, I didn't
Oh, you
really
didn't
like
like
that.
it?
Yeah. So I didn't do it because I didn't like it. Now, other
Yeah.
people might have loved it, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to sit here and do this. So I didn't upload it. Um, but coloring is big. I had my niece did it. I was like, here, just sit here and color. I did puzzles. I did a lot of puzzles. I just went to the dollar store and bought a bunch of puzzles and I just sat there, had the camera, and you see me do it. And I had music playing, that was like usually Disney things that this one girl, young lady, she allowed me to use her music. And so I would just play that and do the puzzle. And you would just see me do the puzzle. And I just sped it up because I was like, who wants to watch me do this
Yeah.
puzzle forever? So
You
I
never
just,
know. Some people might. It'd be
I
like
say,
you can like
yeah.
there's a speed up
Well, I
option.
know
So
that
they could
now.
have always just sped that up
I know that
themselves.
now. I didn't know that when I was doing it. I've learned a lot in my years here on the YouTube. But so no, I was like, okay, nobody wants to sit there and watch that forever. And at that point, YouTube wanted longer videos. Now they want shorter, and I was doing shorter, and so now I'm good.
Yeah.
But back then they wanted longer, and I was like, okay, I was doing an hour
Yeah.
worth
Now
of
I feel
puzzles.
like
No,
they legitimately want you to do everything.
they do.
Like that's how it feels. It's like, no, you can't just do this. You've got to do
Well, the
everything.
only reason why they're doing shorts, honestly, is because of TikTok.
TikTok.
They're trying to compete
Yeah.
with that. They don't want you to leave their platform to go somewhere else. So
Yeah.
anytime anything gets popular, they're going to try and get it over on YouTube so that we don't leave YouTube to go elsewhere. And you just have to follow their rules and that's fine. And if you don't, like I've heard plenty of people here recently complaining about YouTube and they don't like the YouTube rules and all of that stuff. And then they can go to another platform
Yeah.
and that's okay. And that person or that channel that's deciding to go to another platform, that's fine. It's not going to hurt YouTube at all. YouTube is too big to, YouTube's like,
Like that's
okay,
why everyone comes to YouTube is because
yeah,
it's so big. And the
yeah,
exposure that you could potentially get
yeah.
on YouTube is
But I mean, I
huge.
understand. I understand how people get um, upset about the rules and you can't do this and you can't say this and we're having to change our language to unalived or whatever. But it's at the end of the day it's their rules and we just if
Yeah.
we want to be here we have to play by the playground rules, and so there you go. And if you don't want to play by the playground rules then you go to another playground,
Oh,
which is fine.
Wolf Kinder.
But
Apparently Twitter just announced monetization. That'd be
oh wow.
interesting. Because I
See
know that,
now,
Musk wanted to come in and like change Twitter. So
oh, and
it's
he will.
just yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing with him and Twitter. Um, People are upset about all the different things and this and changing that, and that's not the way it was, and all that. Okay, but okay, it's his playground now,
Yeah.
and he is brilliant. He is. He is brilliant. And he's going to have to throw some things at the wall to see what actually works. So, like, I know with the check mark thing, okay, he did that thing and that didn't really work the way he thought it would work. And so he'll just adjust until it works itself out. I actually think that it's good that he did it because now it's more, it's not as controlled. It's controlled, but it's not as. I mean,
yeah,
it's like media. That's why people are not watching your regular TV like you used to.
yeah.
It's come off of that and it's come onto this social media internet thing now. So, that's just, it's so different than when I was younger. It was a newspaper, a radio, and the television. That's it. That's how you found out anything. But with that, I mean, my great grandfather was an editor for or printer for a newspaper. I mean, that's what he did. He did the old fashioned where he had to take a block and put the blocks and then run the thing. And yeah.
Oh, wow.
Way back. And that was the only way you got your news.
So time consuming.
Oh yeah. But if you think about it, if he didn't want to put in a story, just like anything, he didn't have to.
Yeah.
But and if he didn't print, Farmer Brown's cow got stolen, where is it? Nobody would know that Farmer Brown lost his daggone cow. He got to decide, and that's the way it is. Media decides what you can and what they want you to know.
You want.
Right.
They want you to think what they want.
Right, but now that is social media too.
Yeah.
Because what you put out there, and this is life in general, but it's YouTube. What you put on YouTube might not be real. I'm not real. I'm not real.
Grandma's just an AI, all right? So just...
Yeah. In a minute, I'm going to turn to anime. No, but you don't know.
I mean, I'm going to disappear. I'm just going to go back into the Matrix.
I'll be there with you. I'll meet you in a minute. Yeah. But anyway, so you just take YouTube for what it is and watch what you want to watch, create what you want to create, and don't worry about analytics. That's the whole thing. Another thing is, if you enjoy being on people's panel and that's what brings you joy, then just do that.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, you're in the chat and we love seeing you in the chat. And we're so thankful and happy that you're here. But that doesn't mean that you have to do a YouTube channel. If you want to do a YouTube channel, do it. Do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because you think you're going to be able to quit your job and make a living. That's right. That's right. He's been saying that a lot lately. Don't. Do what you want to do. Do what, and I say this in life. I've said it a lot here lately. I preach it. I have always preached it. Ask my daughter. I said, I need a pillow. I need to make a pillow saying this. If it doesn't bring you joy and happiness, do not do it. Because at the end of the day, it's only about you and your feelings and what you like and don't like. And it's about your house. And so just don't do it.
Take care of yourself first.
Yes. Mental health is important. It's like me. The other day, I was like, I can't. Do I want to do this? No, I don't. Can I watch this movie? No, my head's about to explode. The world's not going to stop spinning. It'll be okay. I need to take care of me. And so, sometimes life throws things at you. And yeah, that's right. Don't worry about it. Just, with Danielle, she lights up when she's on Malloy's panel, and she enjoys it and it's on her time. Okay, Danielle, I'm going to use you, honey. I'm going to use you as an example. So Danielle last night was going to be on Expert's channel and she was so excited that she was going to be able to do it, but she had to work and she had to end up doing a double. And by the time she got home, she was so exhausted, even though she really wanted to go. She's like, I can't, I'm so tired. Okay. Then don't do it. An expert would be okay and then just will understand you're just tired. Everybody gets tired. She didn't know when she said, oh, yeah, I'd love to, because she did really want to go on there. And she just didn't. She was like, okay, well, I just can't. But if you can't be, Daniel, thank you. You can't be upset and worried about somebody else's feelings if you can't make it. Like Mr. Malloy, I'm going to use you too, buddy. So, I'm going to use all y'all. So, you're all very good examples. So with, no, not just you. I mean, I've seen a whole lot of people in the chat I could talk about. And not like in a bad way, but examples. So with Malloy, he loves having people on his channel, come up on his panel. He loves it. And people love to do it. And I've had to tell him, if people can't, don't take it personally. They might be at work. They might be tired. They might, be sick. They might, there's so many things they just can't. I can't always go on his panel. I might be listening. He knows now I listen. All y'all know I listen.
Professional lurker people.
I am. I might be there. I just can't. I'm doing other things. I've got a lot going on, and it's difficult for me a lot of times. I mean, there are times that I'm listening and I am laying in the bed in the dark because my head is about to explode. But, if I can listen, I'll listen. I'll click your like button, but you won't even know I'm there. So don't take things personally. And if you just want to be on people's panels, that is a wonderful thing. Actually, it's wonderful because you can go.
Responsibilities.
You don't have responsibilities. If you have a moment where you don't feel like it, like Danielle was just totally exhausted. If she had a commitment and now you feel like, oh, I'm letting them down, because I have to be there. That's stressful and that's not making it fun. But when you can just pop in and like I do, just pop in, hey, that's enjoyable. Caitlin does it a lot. Caitlin, she can, I have time now. Caitlin is working and she's got a small child and, she's got a lot of fires going and it's difficult to be everything for everybody. So don't.
Yeah, I think I learned my lesson of trying to support and be there for so many people that I wasn't supporting myself anymore. Right. And I gave so much energy to like other things and other people, I wasn't leaving any energy for myself anymore.
Right. You're the most important thing. That's it. You take care of yourself. Okay, I use this too. I have a lot of examples. So I say it's just like on an airplane. They say anybody with children, you take that mask and you put it on yourself first and then take care of the child. Because if you pass out, you can't help anybody. You have to do the same thing. You have to put that oxygen mask on yourself. You have to take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not good for anybody else. So always think about your mask. Yes, your mask. Put your oxygen mask on. You take care of yourself. And then you can be that for other people. So anyway, that being said.
Yeah, we've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's been absolutely amazing. So I think that's a really like good and important place to stop, where it's just kind of like take care of yourself first.
That's right. That is the bottom line, and the world will not stop spinning. I promise. I can guarantee you, put money on it, is not going to stop spinning.
Yep.
No, not even the aliens will make it stop spinning. They won't.
Unless
Anyway.
they take you out of this world and into their one.
But that's fine. This one's still going to be spinning.
Yeah,
We'll
this one's
just
still
be in
gonna
a
be spinning
different. We'll
away.
just be in a different spot. So, in the chat, is there anything that anybody in the chat actually wants to ask me before we say goodbye? Yeah. And also, when we do say goodbye, I am going to jump over on my ASMR channel, and we're going to try and get
everyone
a game.
Subscribe. If there's no one that's subscribed, please subscribe now, please.
Yeah, I would appreciate it. I'm past my 1,000, but I would appreciate that. And let's get me monetized by Monday. It'll happen. I'm not worried about that. But seriously, if there's anything that anybody wants to ask about either ASMR or just a channel in general, I'm not going to get into the mental health stuff right now.
That's for another stream. That's for another day.
More of grandma's life coaching will continue later, I'm sure.
Yes. I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure that's probably a really good topic, like in regards to YouTube, because I think so many people take mental health within YouTube for granted.
Well, that's why so many people
need a timeout.
Yeah, that's why I've been talking a lot about it recently, because it is a big deal and people get sucked in. And I'm not even going to say that people do it on purpose, because they don't. Yeah. It's just like people get excited about YouTube, which I understand, and they get excited about it and they're like, oh, you should do it too. You should do it too. And, that's great. If you want to do it, then do it. But don't have these really high expectations of, oh, I'm going to make money and I can quit my job and I can do this. And because no, it's possible, obviously.
It's the small amount of creators that have like true like YouTube success.
Right.
Like,
and it takes a long
very
time.
Small pool. Like the statistics, like people that make money off YouTube, it's like like a couple of percent that make like an actual true like proper living off YouTube.
So I make a living off of YouTube. This is what I do, but I've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah.
And I've worked at it.
It takes a long time.
And like I said, I was fortunate enough to be able to work and do that at the same time. And that right there is a big thing, because if I couldn't have done it at the same time, I wouldn't have been able to put as much energy into grandma's house starting it, which would have taken longer, I wouldn't have been able to grow as much. And so, it's different. And then with this channel, yes, I did grow quickly. I am being monetized quickly, but I also had other channels to pull off of it. I also have knowledge. I have all of this other stuff. It's not like I did before where I was starting off. I'm also not doing live streaming, which, and I'm not saying anything negative about live streaming, because like I said, I'm going to do a little bit on this other channel, but that is very difficult to keep a schedule in life and be able to work around. Yeah, work around your job and your husband or your spouses or your boyfriend, girlfriend, children, dog, whatever. It's difficult. I've got 2 different ones. Cheap. So I use just your Logitech, one of the Logitech ones, not an expensive one. This one that I have right here is an Elgato face cam. But I don't do my recordings on this one. The other one is the Logitech. It's like $150, I think. I think that's what I have. And then my mic, okay, I have multiple mics. But I started off with a Yeti. That's what Melissa has. And I recommend the cheaper one. Just get the cheaper Yeti. Yep. That one right there is
It's like
perfect.
$100.
Yeah, it's great. I think
Sorry, you
that's
know
I
what? I'm gonna
think
leave it off for now. I'll
oh
put it
yeah,
on later.
you don't need it.
I don't need
I
it.
think I've seen them like recently for like $89 for that one. I actually had the more expensive one when I was doing my grandma's house. Um, and then when I started ASMR, I was like, I've got the better one, and now I need the cheaper one because I need to be able to do the gain and stuff
Yeah.
on the
So, because you
mic.
can kind of see on this, I don't know where you can see it that
Yeah.
well. So you got like the gain and like, because you got different modes that you
Hmm.
can like put it in of where it will read the sound. And then, like you've got your other controls, just like the
Mute.
volume and your mute.
Yeah.
So
And
this is
see,
this is it's a
that's a
really
good
good
one.
like starter like mic
Yeah, that's really
that's
good.
that's not super expensive.
Yeah, and then the bigger version that you can't do all of that stuff on the mic. The only thing you can do is change the patterns. That's it. And so when I was doing ASMR, I was like, well, I can't keep going into the program to change it. I need to be able to change it immediately when I'm changing different things.
Yeah.
So I had to buy the cheaper one. So, that was pointless. So get the cheaper one. This one is an expensive one. I only do this one for when I'm doing the readings or if I'm doing streaming, kind of like with y'all.
I love the
Um,
look at that. I really want like the whole like arm system thing one day.
it's not
Instead of like
necessary.
having like you guys can't see it, but like I literally my laptop sits on a box and underneath that is like a wooden stick that I got a couple of weights on the back of it, and then I balance my microphone on the stick so that I'm able to have it here. Because I'm on my couch and like I've
Yeah.
got like a full cushion behind me to like keep me forward because of how
Forward.
deep my couch is.
Yeah. I have a pillow behind me because I have a bad back. That's why you always see me moving. I have fibromyalgia too, so it's hard for me to sit
Yeah,
in one place.
I've had like lower back injury, so like I've hurt my tailbone like twice.
Yeah.
And so like I can't sit for too long without my lower back starting to
Yeah.
hurt.
Y'all see me moving all the time.
Yeah, I'm
But
always fidgeting. I'm a
so
fidgeter.
yeah, so this mic is good for that. This is a really good stream of it's expensive, so you don't need that either. I have it on a boom arm because it's attached to another table. Because the way my setup is, I didn't want to have a microphone in the middle of me because when I am doing reading and I'm doing my editing and whatever I'm doing, I need it to the side of me. So to have that microphone in front of me is it's just not something that is I can't do what I need to do. So it needs to be over to the side. So that's why. And you can do it from underneath. Like I could change this to come underneath, but then it gets in my arm space. And so to come over is much better. So you just have to work that out. Earbuds, yes, absolutely. She's got on earbuds. Earbuds are great. That a lot of people do it. A lot of people you'll see with the earbuds that have the cord and then you plug it into your mic.
Yeah, you can actually so it's also got like a point underneath of where you can pop in your like earpod
like
and
your
stuff
headset.
like that.
Yeah. So you can do that. I my ears, the ear canal is very small. So like I have, oh no, I could say something that I'm not, but anyway, because this is not Grandma After Dark. It's only 7 o'clock. So I do have regular, these are your, iPod, earbud, whatever you call these things. AirPods. Yeah, that's what these are. I have them, but I can't have them in my ear for very long because it hurts my ears. Not like a sound hurting, but
just
pain
actual of it sitting in there hurting.
Yeah, because they don't fit well in my ears, and I've got the smallest little thing on it. It's just the way my ears are. I got weird ears, but for me, it's more comfortable to have these, and these are really nice ones. These are, I don't know. I've got the thing over there. What are they? They are. Whoops.
Oh, road.
The
Yeah, I've got
road,
sign
the
houses and they're
road.
not too bad. My sign houses are actually fairly cheap and they're like they're deafening and they're pretty comfortable too.
I'm trying to get the box. Hold on. Wrong box. Hold on. I got the box down by my computer to keep my cat from chewing on stuff. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is what it is. It's an MV7X podcast microphone. Sure. That's what that is. Oh, that's the mic. Duh. Yeah, brain moment. I don't know
That's
where.
all right. Now people know what mic it is.
Yeah, that's what the mic is. These are just Rode, but they're nice ones. I got them because these are very soft on my ears. So I do a lot of editing with Grandma's house and my other stuff. And so I need to have something that I can keep on my head for long periods of time and then become comfortable. The other thing I like about this microphone is this cord. You can change from this side to this side.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter. So all of my stuff is on this side. My computer, everything is over here. So I can have this over here. But now if I had everything set up on this side, I wouldn't have it crossing over. I could just switch it. Creating 2 more little humans. Wow. Yeah, you have to. It's a lot of work, and when you do have little humans that need, attention. their creator's attention, that's more important. Oh no, this is just a face cam. That's all it is.
Be surprised how good quality some webcams are.
Yeah. Now with doing live streams and stuff, I'll say this camera. I actually bought one of these cameras because I thought that I could use that on what I was going to do with all my other stuff, and I found out that with the software and stuff, it was just more difficult. And I'm like, I don't want to. I'm talking, simplicity is what I need. So I just decided, you know what? I'm just going with a cheaper thing. It still looks great. So why spend more money to have a fancier camera, a web camera, when the cheaper one is just as great? Especially, so you can film in 4K. I'll tell you this. You can film in 4K. That's wonderful. Do that if you want to. But the odds of the people who are going to be watching your video in 4K, no. And also, if you film it in 4K and then you produce your video or whatever in 4K and you're uploading it to YouTube in 4K, it takes forever. Already long. It already takes. But geez, man, that's insane. I'm like, okay, this usually takes me 5 hours to do, 10 hours if it's 4K. And so I don't ever do anything in 4K anymore because it's not worth it. It is pricey. So yeah, you don't need all of this stuff. I have all this stuff because I can do the stuff now. When I started, I didn't have the stuff. I started with, we were talking about this on Experts the other night. I started with a gamer headset, my Turtle Beaches.
Yeah, I remember hearing you say that.
I started my first recordings with Turtle Beach, with the Turtle Beach headset with the microphone. And then I had some regular headset and a microphone that was like a $20 or $30 microphone that sat in front of me. I did nothing. And I took it, I was just doing camera. I was doing camera at first. And then I went from that to doing digital. So I didn't have to worry about a camera at all. But yeah, you can start off with cheap stuff. Like I said on his stream that night, you just use your phone. That's what she was like, use your phone at the beach. She can take her phone and record.
And Lucky Chucky, that's what Expert does. Expert uses his iPhone as a webcam.
Yeah.
He had to show me how to do that. I didn't have my laptop updated, so I couldn't do it. I'm like, oh, now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
I just had to update. I just had to update my.
Yeah, if you have a phone,
thing.
that's why I was saying you can go to the beach and you can just put your phone on a little tripod and you can sit there and do whatever and you can video. And with YouTube, they have in their app, you can upload whatever video you do right there from your iPhone straight into. Now, I don't know about Androids or anything because I don't have one to look at it, but I'm sure it's the same because it's through their app and they're not just going to do, they want to do it for the masses, not just for one thing. Yeah. Phones. It's
like
the good sound.
What you can
picture.
do on one of these
amazing
is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even part of my tattoo vlog, some of that footage is actually from what I recorded.
Yeah.
On my
phone. Y'all don't need anything special. And that's why I was
even my cake vlog, anything where I was overhead, that was using my phone.
Yeah. My all my thumbnails come from my phone. I'll before I do my recording or whatever, I'll set it up and then I'll just take a picture of it with my phone. Email it to me. So I guess I can download it into Facebook.
That's why Canva is so good because I'll actually work on my thumbnails on my phone and then then when I'm ready to use it, I'll actually go onto Canva on my laptop and then I'll just download it.
Yeah.
See, that most of my thumbnails, I've worked them all through my phone and then just gone and saved it. Yeah.
Canva's good and you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
They've got so much for free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I pay for a lot of programs, but you don't have to. I mean, I just do because I can use it for all my different stuff and it's good. Yeah. Most people just use their phone because you have it with you all the time.
All the time.
So no matter what happens, you just, how you see everybody, recording everything. Just turn on your phone and you can record whatever you want. And it's got great sound. It's got a good, video quality. You can just upload it right then to YouTube or whatever, Instagram, whatever you want. The only reason why I do the way I do is because I've already been set up on all my other stuff. So it's just easy. It's so easy for me to email it to me, pull it up on my computer, drop it into my thing, and then we're done. So
sometimes I think it's just the way that you get used to something. It's like if you're comfortable with doing it the way that you want to do it, don't change because somebody else tells you to do it some other way.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I mean, with my brain, I will say I've done things in Canva and it's super easy. And they've already got you can click templates. Yeah, if you want Instagram, here you go. If you want TikTok, here you go. If you want they've got it all out there. You just click on the one you want, and then you're good. Yeah. I don't do all that other stuff. I only do YouTube. That's all I do. Now I have Instagram. Do I use it? No, I do not. I have Twitter. I have a really big Twitter thing for my grandma's house, but do I use it? No, I do not. So, I mean, I did it first. That helped me grow grandma's house. But then once I got where I didn't need it anymore to help grow it, I just left it alone. And now I've gone back and I'm kind of revisiting it and I've started doing stuff. I've got ASMR on there, but I'm not doing anything with it right now because I can't. I used to be able to do multiple things at a time. I can't now. Right now, I'm like, just focus on this one thing and do this one thing. And then once I get that, then I can go over here and I can work on Twitter or I can work on whatever. I can't split my brain like I used to be able to do. One is age. One is age. And then one is literal brain damage. So anyway, yes. Okay, well, not just once you're started making money. So once you start your channel, okay, so once I started my channel, anything before I started the actual, like, produced one video, anything that I got during that year working up to putting out that video, like, I did upgrade my computer system. I got extra monitors because all of my grandma's house stuff, every single thing I did on grandma's house was on my laptop, everything. Which now, Lord, if I had what I have now, I could have been cranking them out because I can see. I was looking at a small video, small screen, and I had, it was more difficult. Now I have a setup, but I didn't have the setup then. But anything, so like when, I'll just use this one. I'll use ASMR as an example. Anything that I got for ASMR, all the stuff that I've been collecting, I upgraded my, my computer system. I upgraded some of the, like, the Adobe whatever that, well, I didn't really upgrade it that, but I'm not doing grandma's house anymore. So that's not counted on grandma's house. That's only going to be counted for this one. And I separate them. And so anything that I have done before I uploaded my first video counts as a business startup. So when you're going to do just a retail shop, and you've got to get your computers and, your racks and your hangers and your, all your software, and you've got to buy, uniforms for the people who are working, or whatever it is that goes into starting that business. All of that stuff actually holds heavier weight before you start. So you get a bigger tax write-off on that. But once you start it, you still get a tax write-off, but it doesn't hold as much weight. So there is a difference. So you have to say, what did you buy during this startup period? And then you have to say, then it'll say, when did you start your business? And that's like the day you open your doors. The day you open your doors and you make the first dollar, then anything after that falls into a different category. So all of it counts, but it's just that first startup. And I did not know that. So there were things that I waited, like my camera and stuff like that. I waited because I couldn't do it. But what I should have done, now looking at it, and now me giving advice to people, I say, just, you need to stack your videos or whatever. Just hold, make your content and hold it. Don't release anything, because once you release it, it's like, okay, now I open my doors for business. And so now everything after that it counts, but it doesn't count as much. It doesn't hold as much weight. So I hope that made sense. And now that's just here. I don't know about, like Australia or anything. I'm just talking about what I know.
I have to look into all of that stuff, because I never really researched into it. So I definitely have to research into it.
I can't talk about anything except for what I know about here. But anybody else have any other questions? I've been doing my YouTube channel since 2016. Yep. Malloy's cranking it out, buddy.
You're doing a good job, Mr. Malloy. We're proud of you.
I know. So anyway, thank you, everybody.
So thank you so much. Clumsy is streaming right now. I'm just putting the link to her stream there because I'm not monetized. I can't divert people. But the link to her stream, I've just popped it in chat. So if anyone wants to go and say hello to Clumsy, and then Grandma's going to do her own stream as well, aren't you?
We're going to try. When is Clumsy? Let's see. Hold on a minute.
I think she's already live.
She's live. What time? How long is her thing going to
go? Maybe like an hour and a half, maybe. So I think she's already been going for a little while.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, Lex. Talk to an accountant, because things hold different weight on different times.
Yeah, I think she's already been going for about like half an hour, 40 minutes. So she's probably got another like 40 minutes or an hour or something like that. So
okay. All right. Well, we'll go try. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over and we're going to try and do a crossword puzzle. And we'll see how that works. So if I go down, just hang tight, keep refreshing, and I'll pop back up. But we're going to try. And then once we get done with that, I might just end up having to do like I did the other day and just let it go. And then after that, we can do like a whisper chat like I did before, because that was just fun. It's not really whispering. It's just low talking.
Soft talking.
It's just a soft talk. Yeah. That's ASMR too. So anyway, well, thank
you so much, guys. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. Oh, it's just an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
I loved being here.
It's been amazing. I loved our chat.
Seeing your face.
I hope everyone loved it too. So thank you. I really do appreciate you. You're a valuable asset to our community.
I love all y'all. Oh, Mel, you know I love you. And I'll come back and talk to you anytime. And you can come over to ASMR and we can whisper talk.
Yes, we can have whisper talk.
We can whisper talk.
Definitely. Oh, that'd be so much fun. Ooh,
I know.
That makes me excited.
Thank you, Squad Bob. We love y'all.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.